Good morning.
Good morning, Jacob.
And we're live on video.
Good morning, Jacob.
Good morning, Jacob.
Good morning. We's live. We're trying to be alive. Stephanie thinks to be dead. Mike, he's pretty close to it. Well, he was pretty close to it when he woke up this morning. The nurse was there, and she was kind of surprised that he even woke
Yes,
up.
she was. That little nurse outfit. It was good.
Hey, I saw your nurse. Ain't nothing little about her outfit.
What? She send you a thumbnail?
Well, when I saw her throwing water on you, it kind of reminded me of two elephants bathing in Africa.
So you could tell all that from a thumbnail?
Yes, I sure could.
DJ Scottie, you have amazing vision. We'll be talking about that as the day goes on. DJ Scottie has micro vision.
So, how'd it go this weekend, Steph?
No junk is protected.
It went good. Finally got the ceiling fan up that I've been after Travis for 2 months to put up. So it finally got put up.
I find it funny. She brings this ceiling fan up like we know what the hell she's talking about. I finally got the ceiling fan.
Apparently, she's been working on
Hold
the
on
ceiling
1 second.
fan.
Mike, did you know there was a ceiling fan last week that needed to be put up?
No, you can see incredibly small things, and Stephanie can put things into our minds. I can see the future.
Mike is such a. You almost made me call you.
Stop it.
I almost called you a CS live on the microphone.
Wow.
So, Steph, what about this damn ceiling fan? Everything is live, Stephanie.
Okay. I didn't hear Ozzy, so I didn't know.
Wow. Well, I'm muted.
Oh, did you change the music
Like
again?
always.
Like always.
Can you just go back to the, you dumbass? Just go back to the fact that I said we're live.
Okay, we're live. And I'm trying to figure out how I keep getting emails from somebody, and it says Alex.
That
like,
stupid Bill Gates bastard.
No, it'll say like Alex, your auto quote is in, and it's like, why am I getting emails like that? See, like this one says Alex, auto loan today, score under 600, no problem for today's card search.
Alex,
your auto advisory.
Alex apparently hacked your email, Stephanie.
Yeah, he signs you up for a lot of weird stuff, apparently.
Oh, and then
It's
this one
like
says David, your FHA experts.
I think maybe people feel bad, and it's an attempt at.
Karina, you volunteered to stay with her. You do know that, right? Like at the end of this little event, tour, prison camp, whatever, remember you volunteered for it.
Yeah, you have your passport, right?
Yeah.
You can go home.
You can go home anytime.
Poor thing.
No.
So
me and Mike's gonna get a weird text from her like, I'm walking down the side of 20. Okay, we'll be there in a second.
Good to know. Let me get your phone number.
If it's a very small thumbnail picture, he'll still be able to tell it's 20.
This idiot is so hung up on thinking he knows something.
Just for fun radio.
Where we can see you through the phone.
Yeah, y'all can't see me through the phone.
Wow, that was loud.
Yes, Mike can. Mike says he saw you in some underoos just a few seconds ago.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Tell Mike, if he can't see me in my underwear, tell him I'm gonna come out to the radio station and everybody is fired up there.
Do you know where the radio station is?
I got the address on my phone on Country Studio this morning.
Oh, really now?
I'm going to give you Mike's address so you can go there for dinner tonight.
Negative. All y'all fired. Get out the radio station.
It's hard to be angry while you're munching on eggs.
And bacon.
I'm ready to kick.
Bacon.
I'm going to kick Mike right in his vagina if he keeps on.
Bacon. So, I don't know if y'all talked about it or anything, but I don't know if y'all seen the post that I made on Facebook.
Oh, hell no. Nobody watches your damn post.
It was
damn Buttercup.
Pumpernickel Pickle Eater. He was wearing some socks that had
piggy
cartoon pigs.
Yeah.
You do know that was like last week, right?
Yes, I know. I realized that, but I wasn't here Friday. But I had posted on that.
Not our fault if you kind of laid out like 3
Ooh.
days last week.
She just neenered him.
But anyways, so people were like ragging on me about because I had made the post because I didn't think that it was appropriate for him to wear those socks, because what is that telling the kids that look up to him still?
He has bad taste in socks.
No, it was disrespectful to the police officers, and people were just lighting my page up talking about, oh, he protests in a silent manner and you want to call him out for it, and what are they supposed to do? Just not talk about slavery, just be oppressed from the slavery. I'm like,
Wow.
how is
Every one of those idiots were never even close to being in slavery.
And I
mean, we're talking hundreds of years ago. Why are we even still? Why are we still? Man, I am pissed off that they took the Pac-Man game out of the Kroger off Wesley Chapel in 1980. Now I am pissed. I am protesting. They swapped it out for Miss Pac-Man. Them cunts, how dare they swap that out? And they took the Centipede game out too. That's how stupid this conversation is. I can't believe. Why didn't you just tell every one of them F off?
Well, the whole thing about it is that's not even what my whole post was
Are these
about.
people your friends?
Yes.
Okay, now would you like to take 3 seconds to really think about that and reevaluate that? Were those people your friends?
Yeah, well, they were, but once I pointed it out to them that that's not what I was talking about.
Okay, so what was you talking about? Because now I'm confused. I thought we were talking about this idiot and his freaking socks.
Exactly, but they were trying to say that I was making a post about him sitting down during the national anthem. And I
Did
said,
you type that? I mean,
Yeah.
even in your redneckinese, did you type that?
No, all I said was,
So then
what
they
an
just
idiot.
making assumptions.
Yeah, they were making assumptions. I said, this post isn't. I could care less whether he sits down, stands up, wears a rag on his head.
I hope he's bending over the next time he's in jail.
But I said my point
Why
of this.
would you want that?
Anyway, I told him.
I'm hoping he drops the soap the next time he's in jail.
But I informed them that the whole
Because then if he wants to make fun of cops and pork, I would love for him to be porked with some sausage, bending over, getting the soap, and let him experience what real oppression is in jail.
Yeah.
You would love that.
NFL star, who's the quarterback, normally reaches between other guys' legs, gets nailed in county lockup. I think it would be funny. He deserves it after what he did.
Do you know who is the
Next, somebody will go, did you just say he deserves to be raped? No. He would be voluntarily giving it up. It wouldn't be right.
Now that the tables are turning on all this stuff, guess what?
What?
Third best selling jersey in the NFL right now.
Well, my whole
Isn't
point
that something?
of my whole point of
Yeah,
the
if you could ever
post-
get to your point.
yeah, because y'all keep interrupting me.
Well, we
And-
were confused from the very beginning.
I'm
Well,
still
there
on the
was-
ceiling fan.
Well, there was NFL players that wanted to put stuff on their helmets to honor the 5 police officers that were killed in the line of duty.
Right.
And the NFL said no.
Right.
So they said no to that, but they allowed this jerkwad to wear socks
Stephanie.
that depicted
Keep going.
that
Don't slow down.
cartoon pigs as cops. And I found that disrespectful, and he shouldn't have been allowed to do that. And that's
I
the
agree.
whole point of my post, which people were not.
Okay, now can we get to the most important part of this post? Are these piece of crap friends of yours still on your page?
Yes.
Why?
Because one of them is family.
And that means what? You plan on making out with them?
No.
Get rid of them.
Listen, you can always get another date to the reunion.
No.
Mike picks on me. He says, why do you do?
Funny.
Mike's like, you sure delete people. I'm like, I remove people from my life like bad, old, stinky socks. If you become a piece of crap in my life, you're no longer in my life. I don't have time for it. If I don't have positive people and cool people in my life, I get rid of them. I mean, I'm keeping you and Mike till I can find some cooler people.
Good
Well,
luck.
yeah, because one.
Well,
of the,
right now it's real cool. Mike,
You're having to ship them in from overseas.
well, if you can't get them local, you import them.
So much from farm to table around here.
I just don't know why you put up with these people. Is my point.
Oh well, once I voiced what the post was about, because.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. why in the hell did you even feel you have to explain yourself to these people? These people come on your page and start talking crap, trying to belittle you, and over nothing more than a stupid picture of some dude's socks. These people wanted to belittle you. You keep in your twisted up little mind, keep thinking this is all, oh, they didn't get my point.
Yeah.
Here's the bigger point. You allowed these people to do it, and you still left them on your page. There's a whole bigger problem here than them stupid socks. You catch do you see the bigger problem?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's you.
No, but why would you allow these people to do that to you? Because if they'll do it once, they're going to do it again.
Yeah.
That's why I keep them. I don't delete unless somebody gets vulgar, you know, like with their, because if you notice, like on my regular page and all, the world according to Mike, I'll let them say whatever. But my personal page or the just for fun page, because I've knocked people off the just for fun page, at least hide them when their language gets. Because
well, you know, how about this? I did the one that post the other day that says, you say you're not a whore, but I bet you half a gram you are. Yeah. And it said you, and then the word are. Yeah. And I had these two guys that go on there and decide to grammar Nazi it. And I'm like, get a friggin' life. Well, if the grammar was better, it would be funnier. And I'm like, get a life.
But wasn't it a meme? What is that?
But if you, the problem is this. These two jackasses couldn't, in their own mind, read it in slang.
Yeah.
They're like, it should have said, I bet you half a gram that you are.
Yeah, but people like that aren't
But what
funny.
it is, right, they're not funny.
Yeah,
they're probably snorting the cocaine themselves. Hey. The problem was, I bet you, the problem is the Willy Wonka guy, you know, like, hey man, I bet you're a whore. You know, you're a whore. I bet you half a gram you are. It's a joke.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're a whore.
It'd take a lot more than a gram.
And it wouldn't take
did you notice what I put?
No, it wouldn't take dude. It would take dust, cocaine dust, residue out of the bottom of a cracked bowl, and you're stripping down.
I just talking about it, I'm getting a little warm.
Oh Lord.
I forgot what I posted.
So listen, Christopher Ravens just pointed out, still, even the point that they're talking about slavery, are they slaves? That kind of goes back. That kind of goes back to what I'm saying. I mean, it's like, that's been so long ago. These people are idiots. Just for fun radio. Hello.
Hello.
Clarice. Hello.
I like pickles.
Clitoris.
I like pickles. What? Is that what they said?
It must have been one of your friggin' friends.
Yeah.
Ah.
So yeah, so are these friends that I'm friends with or your friends?
No.
Okay, because my friends already know. They start acting stupid like that, they're out of there.
Well, yeah, and another thing is,
I mean, because here's my law. My Facebook.
Yeah.
Your Facebook. Mike can go post whatever he wants.
And usually does.
And I'm not gonna say nothing. I mean, that's his page.
Yeah.
Now, Stephanie, when she used to do drunk stuff, she now doesn't do that anymore. But about 2 years ago, Stephanie would get drunk.
I mean, she still gets drunk.
Yeah, of course. But 2 years ago, she'd get drunk and somebody would get stupid on her page and she'd cuss them out on her page.
I didn't cuss them out. I know there was never any cuss
There was never any
words.
cuss words from you.
Right.
There was from them.
Yes.
And I would go, Stephanie, you're representing us now. You can't do that. You gotta.
I was like, well, they don't need to come to my page and say all that crap. I mean,
And then that's when I started telling her, delete them, remove them.
And I did.
And then there was the times when people go, they'd call me like on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning or send me messages and go, so was Steph drunk last night? And I went, how do you know?
Yeah.
What makes you think? They go, there was like 7 videos of Buttercup and 15 pictures. I'm like, then why are you even asking me? You already know.
I used to love the pictures of the lake behind her house, the last place, and the crime scene tape and the empty shopping cart. It just,
you're crazy.
It used to make my day.
Such
We're out there fishing. Nobody's fishing.
So did you rectify the situation with the vamps on your page?
Well, yes, I informed them because the one was talking about how I talked about BLM, Black Lives Matter, how I complained about them and the rioting.
I'm more of a BLT kind of guy.
The protesting. And I said, well, just to
You were thinking it too, weren't you?
just to clarify, when someone when they protest and they don't cause damage to their city, I say nothing at all about it. But the idiots that destroy their city and they're protesting
and then
yes,
get pissed because we can't go to the grocery store no more. Why? Because he burned it down. Really? Wasn't you there too when it burned down?
There ain't no milk or eggs.
I did say that those are
Dude,
idiots,
we're looting.
So,
That's right.
yes, I have complained about the protesters that destroy their own cities.
I feel so lost in this.
I'm
trying to figure out if you rectified the situation, and now we're all into Black Lives Matter, burning down cities. Look at Buttercup.
Because that's what they had said was that I complain about the protesters. I complain about Black Lives Matter. What are the black people just supposed to sit down and accept slavery and
here's my problem. Here's my problem. Him sitting down during the national anthem was a lazy American punk ass bitch move. It wasn't protesting. You didn't have something with magic marker written down your arm for the camera crew to see. You weren't holding up a white sign over your head or in front of your chest or nothing. You just punked out and you were a little bitch and you disrespected the national anthem and all the people that have ever fought for our country. That's what you did. You could have before the football game said something in front of the press or at the end of the football game, hell, during the football game. But you chose to do this. And the problem is, again, he has to remember that just like the guy that punches in the time clock and has to work at McDonald's, you can't run your mouth while you're at work. That's what he was. He was at work. So what he needed to do is get in his big fancy car, drive out of his big fancy house where he's definitely not oppressed. And when he's driving in that car that costs more than, say, 15 of the people he's complaining about being oppressed salary for a year, he could have driven on down there to Long John Silver's and stood out front and talked about how bad people were oppressed. That's what he could have done or he could have went to a charity and actually done some good for the community instead of just being a little punk bitch.
Yeah, and more or less my post was about how the NFL is idiots, because I actually even said in it that I'm glad my NFL Sunday ticket is free and I don't have to pay for it, because I just don't agree with them not allowing one team to honor this officers that were killed in the line of duty.
This is how I feel about I posted it this morning. This is how I feel about what you're even trying to talk about, because it's still, you're dealing with stupidity. I said, okay, so here's this. It's a black and white picture of this guy's pointing with his kid, and it says, "See that over there, son? It was America, but now it's just a bunch of pussies afraid to hurt each other's feelings." So everybody has gotten so wussified.
Yeah,
it's just sad. It's so sad.
Well, isn't it? I mean, okay, when this all first happened, remember everybody, to include my friends, people that follow me and junk like that, were commenting almost immediately about it. Mike, what's your take on this? What's your take on this? And I kept saying, hey, I mean, this guy's right. If it's freedom of speech, it's freedom of speech. But then you pointed out that you're on the job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your freedom of speech when you're not punching a time clock. He was at work. And when you're at work, you're not entitled to have your freedom of speech.
And then turned around and Danny, Variable Speed, my co-host, she turned around and she looked up the contracts, her and Pat, and it came up with this title of turpitude, moral turpitude, that's in their contract, which means
sure
you can't do certain things.
Well, that's why if, say, a dude that belongs to that crappy team punched the girl in the elevator, he was in trouble, because you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Hey, regardless of the fact that it's his freedom of speech that gives him the opportunity to talk, I have the freedom of speech to be able to talk and say, this guy's a jerk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
there are
Wait, are you at home?
freedom.
Are you at home?
Yeah.
So you're not technically on the job?
No.
Okay, so yeah, you have your freedom of speech.
Right. Well,
because I was just using your example in the same example I was making. You can have your freedom of speech, but you can't necessarily do it while you're working.
All right. Well,
even if he does it at work, a lot of people express their opinions in one way or another at work.
Oh yeah, at the coffee maker. Yeah.
Well, okay, as a soldier,
but,
okay, in uniform, there were certain inalienable rights that I was not
Well,
allowed
for
to practice.
instance, where you were over there in the desert, could you go while you're helping people get out of, say, out of the back of a big truck? Say you're moving some victims. Can you say the word? Come on, raghead.
No, sir.
Come on, hurry up, get your raghead family out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, can I borrow that thing? I got to sneeze. You can't do that. Just like a police officer, if all these cops, okay, you got all these Black Lives Matter people that want to hate on the cops. Well, he used the N-word. Well, wasn't that him expressing his freedom of speech? Oh, but he can't do that. Well, then why is this idiot on the side of a football field expressing it's the same thing?
Yeah, very much so.
And my whole thing
well,
was
the freedom that everybody else is able to enjoy is the fact that this guy is going to be a bench warmer for a very long time now.
I hope he drops the soap, man. I really
He
hope
played.
he gets a DUI and goes to jail.
He played this weekend, didn't he?
I don't know. He
Well,
probably
you know
played
what's
with
going to
himself.
happen? He's not going to be making that big old bank check anymore. So this,
You know what I would like to see? I would like to.
going to drop his ass.
I would like to see him live in some poverty. That's
Well,
what I would like to
Guys,
see.
I hate to break this
He's
to you,
going
but
to, and
he
his hot
played.
girlfriend, the one who talked him into being a Muslim in the first place and put him in this position, is going to drop him. She's going to walk away and tell him, "You're a loser. You're not even making the millions of dollars you were making because now you're working at McDonald's."
Guys, I hate to say this, but he did play this weekend, and his jersey is now the third largest selling jersey in the NFL.
Oh, I'm sure
what
he's.
are they selling? Are they?
How
are they
funny is it?
buying
He's going to
to-
profit for He's going to profit for being a douchebag.
I mean, there are people out there burning it, but no. WSB reported this
People
weekend.
profit from being douchebags all the time. It's called Congress.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I unfortunately, guys, I think this is going the other way. There was actually another football player that joined him by taking a knee this weekend.
I wish whoever was the absolute president, the top commander of the NFL, would say, "I don't want you on my greatest American."
Yeah.
You know,
It's selling tickets, man.
Well,
sports.
And that was what my
You
whole
see what's
post.
already happening since they called it in and said that he was not going to be the first string quarterback, that he was going to be sitting on the bench.
Right.
The coach is already receiving threats and being called a racist, and it's just gotten out of hand.
Well, the thing about he was never going to be the starting quarterback, anyways. He's a third string loser at best. But I mean, come on, he got $12 million just for signing up. He got $114 million over the course of his contract, and I'm sure there's some things in there about he has to make some personal sightings or whatever they call those things, personal appearances. I'm sure all that's tied into it. But the simple fact you got to go back to is, did he break or breach his contract? But look, Stephanie had mentioned putting the 5 police officers' names on the helmets. The reason why the NFL is not going to allow that is they're not going to make any money from it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but
It's
my
sure it's
whole
showing
point-
their respect.
Yeah, but if they're not going to show support for that, then they shouldn't show
the NFL,
hatement against it either.
the NFL,
Exactly. That was the
Pause
whole
your
point of
thoughts.
my
But what
post.
she's trying to say is kind of like what I did with the school system. If the school system says there's to be no Bible in the school system, then when I approached him and said, well, then you can't have Satan in the school system. Well, that's not the same. Really, it's from the same book. If you are not allowing the Bible, then you can't allow Satan. So if you can't allow support for the fallen police officer, you shouldn't allow the hatred for the police
Right.
officer.
That was
Exactly.
the whole
It's what's good for the
point.
goose, good for the gander. If you're not going to allow it, don't allow it at all.
well, this is also
It's
going
a two-way street, and that's the part that people are forgetting. He has every right to sit down. He has every right to wear those disgusting socks. The problem is, we also have the right to be really pissed off about it.
Well, he can wear them with his
Yeah.
slip-on flip-flops in the shower when he drops the soap.
well, guys, you got to remember this too.
Or
Now,
he can wear it when he's not on the field.
Yeah.
a long time ago, when the NFL first started out, way back in my day, there wasn't a whole bunch of the contracts and these multi-million-dollar deals. Let me tell you something. Those guys
Mike,
wear.
back when you started,
Shut up.
watching football,
They only had like
the
eight
actual
people on a
music hadn't-
team.
You.
hadn't taken the skin off yet.
Oh,
How about this? When I got expelled from school one time, I went to Redan High School. The girl I was dating is in Latonia High School. A guy popped her in the face. The school did nothing about it. I went down there to do something about it. Well, I ended up getting, because it was still the DeKalb County school system, even though it was a different district, I was expelled from school based on the fact of doing things outside of school hours because they considered it to be illegal.
Were you on school property?
No, it's a longer story to it, but because I did something what they considered to be illegal, they got me thrown out of school because that's how the county used to be. Like right now, all these kids that get caught for carjacking shouldn't be allowed back in school because that used to be a rule that if you did illegal activity and you were caught, you didn't go back to school. They expelled you.
Right.
With that being said, what this guy did while being on the field, he misrepresented the NFL, and he should have been punished.
Well, what I was getting to is there's certain parts of, and you guys are going to love this, being former military, you'll understand AR 670-1. There are certain parts of the NFL player's uniform that is not dictated by the NFL, and their shoes and socks are one of them. Okay, because these guys have multi-million-dollar shoe contracts. You see what I'm getting at here?
Yes.
So he knew that. Somebody told this guy.
Somebody told him
that, look, you can do whatever you want with your
probably.
socks. Okay. Now, see, baseball, the entire uniform.
I can't wait till one of his cellmates take a sock and gag them with it.
Do you know that if a coach is wearing a sweatshirt that is not part of the allocated or prescribed uniform for that particular weather, that the other coach can actually make him forfeit the game? You see what I'm saying? Major League Baseball is much more. Same thing with hockey. Every piece of that uniform has been approved by the NHL, not football, because these guys are a bunch of lightweight wussies that get turf toe and don't play for 2 years. But yeah, so he has in here again. This somebody's
the loophole. Somebody's
got their hand up this guy's bunghole.
Well, it's because he's been over for the soap, dude.
Yeah. So, and let me tell you something. His girlfriend.
Well, have fun with that. We got to go to commercial anyways. It's 8 o'clock. Thanks for calling in.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Loser. So
speaking of loser, the next song I got is for this bacon eater.
Oh, God.
We'll be back, everybody. It's just fun in the morning.
You know, sitting there thinking, wow, we never really introduced you, but you know,
yeah, because I have to say, hello, mein Zweig to Germany, because I got friends listening and watching.
I don't know if you want to get in. A lot of people don't like to talk with us on the morning show because it's so rapid fire.
That's all right.
I tell you what, this guy.
Oh, she's been awake for quite a while.
Does anybody else think that the Muslim community is?
Oh, man.
Okay, look at it this way. Look at it this way. If I get on TV and I got a shemagh wrapped around my head, okay, everybody's going to hate me. As soon as I walk up there, boo, boo. Yep. But what if we took the most popular sport in the world, just about, other than soccer, because you, right? What if we turned around?
I'm not a soccer fan, so you
what? Yo. So, okay, so how about this? How about, because, you know, she's with the whole Muslim Brotherhood and all that other stuff. She's part of that family, right? Okay, how about they say, look, why don't you, because she's a, you know, big boob, big ass girl, right? Have you seen pictures of her?
No.
Oh, God, yeah. She's all flamboyant. She's a radio DJ. And how about they say,
and you know how them
radio DJs,
how them big boobed, flamboyant
radio DJs.
Zweig, guck, was ich hier alles anstelle, Mann. Langsam.
Deine Röt. Kartoffelkopf. So there. We can fuck with y'all in different languages.
Yeah, you can. And then I'll just still look at you in English and go, you're a dick.
Did I ever show you where I live?
Oh, you moved?
No, I'm talking about where I lived in Deutschland.
No, you never.
It's so funny too because I'll put it in there and it comes right up. Because I guess there's no place else in the world. No, no, Vogelberg.
Mm.
It's in Biberen. No, see, I always put Biberen. Now, see the old Giberstadt. I still can spell. So, yeah, see, Vogelstraat.
Sorry, guys. I'm over here. I just realized I'm in the microphone just a humming away.
The old airfield.
You do that a lot.
Just humming the song. I just wasn't even thinking. What caliber is that, Mike? It just says cow, but it doesn't say.
It's a 223.
Okay. Is that a good company?
Multiple, so
Oh, so is that what multiple would be? Okay. So is this a good gun?
I don't. How much is
It says Spikes Tactical, $950.
You can get better for $1,000.
There you go.
United States. Where are you making me go?
I don't know.
I know what you're doing.
I'm trying to get you confused.
Working.
Good. Can I keep it up?
Well,
Feel.
for Mike, it'd take a little help. Popsicle sticks,
Yeah.
rubber bands.
Oh, here, yeah, this is it. Yeah. Here, look.
You got that right. Wow, look at that right there.
Where were we?
What happens when a jaguar attacks a python?
Okay, have you ever heard? I'm sure you've heard of Rödigen.
Yeah.
And if the jaguar had any sense, he would just bite into the python right there, and it would stop. I mean, he would, with those jaws, he would destroy that snake.
This is Biberen, and Würzburg.
I've been to good.
My daughter.
Oh, it's one of them stupid sites too. It doesn't really do anything.
Kissing in.
Yeah. This is where my daughter was born.
Let's go back live, you guys. And we're back. Whichever one of y'all would like to introduce our guest. One's got the hotness. Well, they both got a crush on her, so I don't know. I was gonna say she's staying with one, and the other one has the crush on her, and it's like, wait a minute, they both have a crush on her.
Wow.
Go ahead, Steph.
So Steph.
Okay. I was answering a text.
Whatever.
So live in the studio, she'll be here for the next 2 weeks. Here live on air with us.
Man, can you're gonna put her through that? Just let her sleep in one day, maybe. Never mind. Keep going.
But yeah, we have Karina. She's all the way from. Now, correct me if I say it wrong, because she was helping me.
All right, we'll just go ahead and correct you right now.
Heidelberg,
Germany.
Yeah, you know what's always so funny about folks that don't speak. Yeah,
I'm thinking she's gonna be here 2 weeks. She came here as this loyal friend and fan to the radio station.
She's gonna be gone.
Yeah, she's gonna leave and go. Thank God, this is over.
I get this picture of her talking to the immigration folks, going, "I know my visa says 2 weeks, but I want to go home
now." That's right. Can I get an emergency flight, please?
I'm sorry.
Hold on. Hallo Ines, ich hoffe, du guckst zu und ich hoffe, du hörst uns.
Ja, alles klar. So
yeah, what they said.
You know what's funny is people that don't speak German, when they try to say German words, they try to put this like fake German accent with it.
I explained to him yesterday. I freaked out last week. I watched an American show on German TV, of course, and the way you pronounce the IE, it just cracks me up. Because it's Riesling, for example, not Riesling.
Riesling beer.
Which is so funny.
Yeah, and Travis said, "Well, I just say Vienna sausages."
Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah, because we were talking about a food that one of his friends had said something about sausages and sauerkraut together or something, and he named it, and then Karina corrected Travis.
Schlachtplatte.
Yeah, and it was funny. But I can say seats and
seats,
blops.
Bleib und Platz.
Platz.
You need to do Pilates.
I'm gonna shut up, Scotty. You're one to talk.
Steph, Halsmaul.
Huh?
Oh,
She just thought you said how small. She doesn't know what you're talking about.
Well, I was gonna see if I could teach my dogs German words now, or if they're
why?
Them bitches don't listen to English, Stephanie.
Tell them how good my dogs are.
Actually, they are.
That's because you're new. You give it 3 days, they're gonna ignore you just like they do her.
No, they don't ignore me and Daddy. No.
Me and Daddy.
Do they know who the daddy is?
Yeah. This comes from the same dog that licked Travis's nipples while they're dancing around singing "I Had the Time of My Life."
Yeah, actually, it was.
Were the dogs singing?
Somebody just text me, autism! Autism!
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
It's
yeah.
not just an astrology sign.
And
Yeah, you
and
completely
and
missed
and I
that.
just got another text that
By
I
the way-
need mommy energy drinks, which you missed that. You weren't here yesterday yet, Stephanie. One of our people who were here yesterday was drinking a big bottle of Jägermeister.
Yes.
And when
geez,
their
yeah,
child
the-
said,
the
"What is that,
American
mommy?"
crap.
She says, "That's mommy's energy drink, honey."
Aw. Now, do you guys know what Jägermeister means in German in the translation?
Dear blood.
No,
Nice.
Jaeger is the hunter,
NyQuil.
right?
Yeah.
And Meister is the
The
master.
master.
So a lot of times people used to say for McDonald's, the Burgermeister, because people thought burger was for the hamburger.
But actually, it's
not.
the town hall.
It's like the mayor.
Yeah.
The Burgermeister.
Mm.
So when you're drinking Jägermeister, my aircraft's name was
So get to the point. I'm drinking
Jaeger.
Jägermeister, and I'm drinking what?
Well, I don't know. It's really funny. Is I never drank any Jägermeister in
Oh, I
Germany.
love it.
It's horrible.
It's disgusting.
Is it horrible there, or is it horrible here,
It's
or is it just
disgusting.
horrible?
It's
Period.
Well, I don't drink it because it's a
It's like,
kid.
yeah.
But
To me, it's like
I
cough
also
syrup.
know that
Mix it
the
with a
stuff you
Monster.
guys have over here supposed to be the real stuff ain't the real stuff.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's what we
Yeah,
hear
she
about
was
the.
gonna-
That's what we hear about the Mexican food here. That the real Mexicans go, you do know you're eating garbage, right? That
Yeah.
we don't eat this.
I mean, you should tell now. You had
Chinese
some gummy
food.
bears yesterday, right?
You have to come up a little bit on the mic there, Shorty.
You had some gummy bears yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Actual
what's the
gummies?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Actually, what's really funny and odd is the consistency of the gummy bears. Those
Yeah.
were,
Softer.
they're thicker, if I guess you could say.
Aren't gummy
like-
bears from Oxenford?
Like the gummy bears here, as soon as you kind of bite into them, they just.
You keep chewing.
They're old.
Well, it's almost like a marshmallow, if you can
Yeah.
follow what I'm saying.
yeah.
A marshmallow looks big and fluffy, then as soon as you put your mouth in it, it just squishes down. It's
Like
just
the
foam,
real,
right?
The real Haribo is out of
Bon. Yeah.
Bonn
See.
Curly.
Yeah. There was a distribution factory over by Oxenford that we used to go to.
Jeopardize, you're going to have to call in with this name because I don't know what you're trying to get me to say and to get her to pronounce.
You know what's so much fun too about Germany and everything else is that there's something going on every week within
Yeah.
driving distance.
Yeah.
There's every town celebrates their annual anniversary, which I know is redundant. But there's
Matter of fact, there's a huge fest this weekend. The last weekend of is it the
jet
third?
lag.
On the 24th, there's a huge fest going all the way downtown
Mhm.
from the beginning to the very end of the
Im,
Hauptstraße and all the
uh,
side roads.
in Heidelberg.
Yeah.
See, yeah. I say
And I'm
see a
not
lot.
going to be there.
Yep. You'll catch it
Very
next year.
weird.
Have you ever gone to Oktoberfest in München? Isn't that weird?
Nope.
I lived there for 3 years. We went one time. And
I've
that's
never
just
been
because
there.
we wanted. It's so funny the things that we all think about as Americans, and when we associate with Germany, it's not what we did in Germany. It's like completely opposite. I tell you what, and even my ex-wife has often said this, is that if I ever won the lottery, if we ever won the lottery, we'd move back. And how many times have I told you I'm
Many times.
gonna jump into
Many
her
times.
luggage, and she's just gonna have to.
Matter of
for the
fact,
extra weight.
now I got room in one of the suitcases.
What's this house over here? The Stein. Done.
You're lucky I was looking for a nickel
That's
because
his Stein.
I was going to give you a nickel
Byron.
and see if you could get going now.
That's his Stein.
That's Byron, yeah.
Bayern, ja.
Yeah, no, the blau. Blau und weiß.
Hakapshaw.
Ah,
Mhm.
so.
Hey, save
So-
all, hey, fat boy, save all this flirting
Hey,
for when the show's over.
Let me tell you something. It may be fat in Germany, but it's just, or fat in America, but it's just right in Germany.
Yeah, well, save all your flirting for after the show.
And
You can take her to
stuntish.
you can take her to lunch.
Yeah.
Take her. Hey,
No, we're not gonna go eat German.
take her. No, take her
be
to the
easy.
Mandarin Garden so that you'll look like a stud because you'll be flirting with her and the owner of Mandarin Garden.
Yeah, he doesn't like it when I do it, but
And the owner doesn't like it either.
there's plenty of Chinese.
I don't know. The
food
owner
in
finds them
Germany
weird.
That we will not go eat China or
I
where
said
are you
that.
from? Where are you from again? Germany. We will not eat German food while you're here unless we make it.
Yeah, we going to it,
Yeah,
and I feel sorry for him.
Yeah. And then, man, have you guys eaten authentic German food before?
Never had
Oh
it.
my god.
Because you know what? I've went to like say the little place in Old Town Conyers. I mean, Old Town
Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain.
Mountain.
And everybody bragged about it. And I got there and started eating. I'm like, this tastes like crap. And then another person who apparently has actually had real food, was sitting at a table over and even goes, oh my God, this is horrible. So I'm thinking, okay, it's not just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really it. And I know they're very popular. And actually, that family's been there quite some time, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been there for years.
I mean, I graduated.
Well, that's because probably people don't know what the real stuff
No,
is.
they don't know any better.
No,
Yeah.
no, they really don't. See,
I've never been there though.
in Germany,
Never had German.
wherever you go, let's say you go to some little itty bitty town and you're hungry. There's so many places now. There are restaurants. Don't get me wrong, and there's a tremendous amount of variety of restaurants. It's a little expensive, but
Yeah, but the German restaurants are slowly dying. There's
Are
hardly
they
no
really?
more German food places.
really,
Yeah.
wow.
Wow.
Everything else, though, right?
Yeah, Mexican, Chinese,
Turkish,
sushi,
Turkish and Chinese. We ate a lot of Turkish.
Pakistan.
Pakistan's
all-
big. Yeah. Well, the thing
Mm.
about it is there's this thing called a guest house, and I kind of pronounce that English wise, so it didn't throw anybody off. But you can go in, you can have a couple beers, you can have a nice lunch, a nice dinner, and then you just ask them for a room or how much a room is, and they'll set you up. Now,
Hmm.
some of them you're sharing a bathroom, which really freaks Americans out.
Kind of like a
Yeah.
hostel.
A hostel.
Yeah, I hate that word.
Well, that's what they're called, though, right? Like the hotels.
We call them hostels now too.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
but when
wasn't
you
always
say it, we have to assume it's something that means that in your country. When she says it, we go, what the
that. Hey, what
is
are you getting hostile
Stephanie
about?
talking about now? Because when
I'm
she said
talking about a
hostel,
hotel.
I'm looking at her like, bitch, you ain't never even been in a hotel.
Legally.
Bitch, how do you know?
Because
Oh,
you
okay,
are
okay.
you are like,
I was in a hotel with you and Travis. Thank you very
you was in a
much.
motel.
That was a hotel.
Look, ho, you wasn't supposed to tell. There's a difference. That was a good tension breaker. It stopped
Yeah.
Mike from his
Jeez,
flirt.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, that was a little brutal there for a second. Okay, so if we'll get back to this, hostels
to?
became famous because of these movies.
Yeah, we're supposed to be entertaining. Mike's over here trying to prove he's intelligent, and trust me, it's going to take more than Encyclopedia Britannia.
Yeah, because now he's
to,
giving the dictionary. Or
Yeah.
I
Are you
thought
on
it would be nice
Wikipedia?
to talk
And
about
what
Germany
did I
because
tell
we
you
had a guest
yesterday
from
when I
Germany.
stepped out of the plane?
Yeah,
I
that you
forgot
forgot
my
my
dictionary.
And you know what? If you ever get an English to German dictionary, don't use it when you go to Germany because you're going to look up words and say it, and people are going to look at you and go,
Huh?
I know pretty much across the board, everybody I knew could speak a little English if you had to. I personally, I enjoyed speaking
Have you listened
German.
to this show? Because half the time we're not really sure this is English.
I
And
know.
when
What
Steph's
is-
talking, we're really not sure what it is.
It's not even, it's kind of a Ebonics, redneck,
It's redneckish.
redneck.
It's redneckanese, dude.
Yeah, it's
Redneckanese. That's what it is. Yep.
So,
All right.
hey, on to something a little more entertaining than you trying to brag about how much you don't really know, because we know you're an idiot. How about the fact he's over there with Wikipedia open, trying to read Wikipedia, like he proves like he knows something. So what's up with Trump, man? How about this morning? I was laughing because Hillary is trying to say that he went down there just to stir the pot. I mean,
You know what?
she
think,
says she's trying to defend our country. A Benghazi? I mean, really? What are you trying to defend? Yourself?
come on. I thought that was a. Can I say it? What time is it?
It's 8:22. If
I
we've
thought
not
that
pissed him
was
off, we got a few minutes
I
left
thought that was an incredibly ballsy move by him.
to go down there.
I do.
I think it's great because he said that I'm willing to. He basically, and I'm just giving my interpretation. of what I heard this morning. I will allow you illegals to stay, but you need to go home first and then apply for citizenship to come back here and to legally stay.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would say.
Well, you're a racist bigot. Of course, that's what you would say.
I mean, that's how much sense it makes. You got to go home, apply for citizenship.
It makes perfect sense.
It makes
Get your illegal ass out of our country and apply for citizenship, just like any other person from any other country has to.
Yes.
Why should they just be allowed to stay when all these other people from all these other countries have to fight to get in here?
Right. You know what? Out of all the ridiculous stuff Trump says, and everybody in the world would think I would be against this, but you know what? I am 100% for it. If you are here illegally, you are a criminal. Either get locked up or get the hell out.
And I agree with what he said about making them pay back taxes from however long they've been here, which they should. Because look at all the free stuff they got.
Fair tax will fix this immediately. All they'd have to do is swap over to fair tax. They could swap over to fair tax in about 6 minutes at 8:30 today, and it would make the world a better place.
I tell you what,
if we were talking about.
If we ain't gonna send them home,
America.
If we're not going to send them home, let's just make money off of them.
You know, like I tell people all the time, you want to change the VA. Make those people apply for veterans benefits we have to. I guarantee it'll change. You want to change immigration? Easy. E-Verify. Okay? E-Verify. And I know it's trivial, but you know what? Employers that do not use E-Verify for their employees have got to be penalized. I hate it. My brother and we did it. We had numerous illegal aliens. That's why I'm so adamant about this, is because I saw what they would do. They would get their paychecks. Okay. Every time they got paid by check, you know what they wanted? Cash, cash, cash. Can you give me cash? No, because then we have to pay taxes on it.
I'm reading right here. Jacob had put Bill Clinton for the illegals. It was one of the first bills that he signed to get the ball rolling.
Okay. And everybody keeps saying, how are we going to get 11 million people out there? Okay, if they're illegal, how do we know it's 11 million people? I figured that would be one
we
you
don't
would jump
know.
on. I figured that'd be one that you'd really be on.
Well, how about this? Here's what I have to laugh at. And I said it to myself this morning. I was like scrolling. I was fixing to type it, and I thought, man, it's going to piss everybody off. So I'm not going to type it. I'll just say it on the microphone, because then maybe you'll get what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's word it this way. Let's make it about the white people. Let's make that way nobody says that I'm calling them, Mexicans. So let's just call them as white people. So say I go to take some white trash people out of a white trash trailer park. Is everybody listening?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So these white trash trailer park people have been living there for 20 years. They've made no effort to get out of the trailer park. They've made no effort to clean up around the playground. They've made no effort to clean up around their single wide trailer. They made no effort to patch the roof. They made no effort to quit drinking beer and put some clothes on their kids' feet. We have got these white trash, horrible people that have made no effort, absolutely no effort at all to better themselves. So then you think them leaving the trailer park and going to another trailer park, they're going to make an effort?
No.
I mean, you get y'all get my illustration here, right? If you made no effort to better yourself there, and look how horrible your country is, why are you coming here? And I'm directing this at the Syria crap too. Yeah. If all you cats are running from over there instead of fighting for your country, you hate your country so bad that you're willing to walk away from your country, but you've made no effort to make it a friggin' beautiful country. You've made no effort to make it amazing, so you're just going to walk away. And then and then everybody here just goes, oh, they're going to help us make our country great. Really? They didn't make their own country great. No. So there was my point I was trying to make. If you're not going to make an effort where you were at, I know you ain't going to make an effort where you are now, because you are who you are.
Yeah, right. The only thing they make an effort for is the free health care and the free food stamps and stuff.
Take yourself away from being an American, and every other country in the world, and we have some European input here, every other country in the world has a different way of looking at the homeless. Every other country in the world has a different way of looking at orphans or displaced people. in most cases, they are very, very open to it. The gypsies that came into the Romanians that came into Europe years ago. Now you guys have Syrians, right? She looked. Did you see that? Look, what you guys may not understand is Germany is basically being overrun currently by Syrians,
Yes,
and by Muslims wanting basically sanctuary cities.
Basically, want to take over.
Right. And you know what? Here in the America, we'll say, "Oh yeah, they're trying to take over." No. Let me explain something.
they really are.
In Germany, they really and truthfully are.
But here's the thing: is, and I want to point out to all these idiots that keep saying we should have free health care. Well, Canada has free health care. Canada also has an entirely different way of running their government.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. So then you can't look at 10 fingers on your hands and talk about how cool the one pinky is if the 9 other fingers are fighting against the pinky.
No.
In all these countries where you hear them talk about free health care, the government is ran different than it is in the United States. So
absolutely,
if you're going to try to give free health care, you got to make the government work with it. You can't just, hey, we're going to get some Obamacare and screw everybody out of their insurance and then give it to other people.
Hey.
I mean, yesterday, my 19-year-old daughter said the smartest thing that I've ever heard her say, because she's having a problem with insurance. She says, Mom, can I ask a really just stupid question? Sure. Why is it that the poor people and the drug addicts and the welfare people are given health care, and someone like me that's trying to work their ass off can't even buy it? She goes, shouldn't it be more accessible for me who's trying? And we were like, ding, ding, ding. Oh, welcome to America.
Well, I got to point this out. I thought you were going to go a different way when you were talking about the trailer park. I really thought what you were going to hit on was if there is a nasty, disgusting, run-down trailer park, let's say right in between Conyers and Covington, and Conyers and Covington are trying to build up so much. If we've given them every resource possible and they still, wouldn't we eradicate? I mean, because I know of a trailer park on Salem Road that they're doing this.
I get what you're saying, but I wanted to point out the fact, though, that these people are living in these countries and they're not making any effort to make the country more beautiful, more peaceful, safer for everybody. They're not making a better economy. They're making absolutely no effort. So what makes people think bringing them here, they're going to start making an effort? These people don't care. What opportunity?
Well, I mean, that's what I think they're trying to follow.
Wait. So you're trying to give me the BS our government's trying to give. Oh, we're going to give them this great opportunity. Well, look, we gave them breath of oxygens over there that they didn't take advantage of. If they're not making an effort in their own home, what makes you think they're going to make an effort in your home?
Well, I mean,
hello? Have you ever been to somebody's house and go, damn, look how nasty this house is? These fools ain't going to do that at my house. And then they come shack up at your house for a couple of days. They leave trash laying on your kitchen counter, leave the refrigerator door open, say a spoon with peanut butter they leave laying on the counter. They don't wipe the counter up.
I left a spoon one time.
My point is, if they can't clean up at their own house, what do you think they're going to do at your house?
Right.
These people are who they are. They're not going to change. And on top of that, the mentality of these people from over there in the desert is totally different than the mentality here. So now you're bringing two different forms of life together. It's like trying to make a platypus sleep in a pack of wolves. Why would you do it? It's not going to work.
The babies would be called platywolves.
Yeah. How about this? I posted a picture on the Just for Fun page, and it shows it's a cartoon drawing of all these hundreds and hundreds of Christian migrants. They're coming into the Middle East. And then it says things you'll never see, and it shows a zipper head. Let's just go with that. Welcome to Saudi Arabia, my friends. We will help you. Feel free to build your churches here. And that's not possible over there. But over here, we allow it. Well, I figured if I said zipperhead, I would offend 30%. And if I called them towel heads or snot rags, I might offend all of them. And I think at this point, I just touched base with all of them. I hadn't made any bad Catholic jokes today. Give me a few minutes and I'll get to it.
Yeah,
I am a DJ on a show. I am trying to make you people giggle and see things differently.
Hey, Shotzi, let me ask you a question. One day while you and I were talking.
Oh, I'm Shotzi now. Okay.
So one day we were talking, you said you could look out your window and see Muslim women walking everywhere.
I just have to go downtown. I don't even need to. Well, downtown is really, really bad. We're like a suburb type.
Right.
Um, we have now a mosque in the industrial
A
area.
mosque.
Yeah, which is not that far, but at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning,
Prayers.
you can see them just running. I mean,
Are
like
there call to prayers?
they can't call them out, so I'm
So
glad I
during
don't
prayer
hear it.
time, you aim low. Is that what I just
Yeah.
took from this conversation?
No, Germany, there's no carry permits. You don't carry a gun in Germany
At all.
at all. Nobody does.
You
So
gotta,
kinda
you
like-
have to have them locked up at
Yeah,
home.
It's
But
crazy.
the only people that are allowed to carry them is security and police.
That's it.
See, I just believe if you're going to be an illegal, okay, if we're not going to fix the fact that you're illegal, if we're not going to fix it, because I mean, I know, let's say 50%, because I don't know facts. Say 50% of the illegals are hardworking, do right kind of people. I mean, there are several out there that I know that are
Right.
perfect gentlemen. Put it this way. I just won't throw it out there, but I know a business where a few of them work, and these guys are great. They're so respectable. They're so nice. They're never rude. They're great people. So somebody had made the comment that when I'm making cracks about illegal, these people get mad. And I'm like, but if these people are working their butts off doing the right thing, then they know I'm not addressing their situation.
Right.
So don't take offense if I'm not addressing your situation,
It's
because
not like
you're falling under that percentage that isn't that situation. So what I try to make people understand is if you're going to be illegal, you should be paying the same thing we're paying. It's only fair, which again, fair tax. Make
Right.
everybody the same, and then we don't have the problems.
I've got a ton of Hispanic friends, and I'm telling you right now, they will be mad about this discussion today. I can call one right now that is was born in this country, no problem with his citizenship, anything like that.
Yeah, I
Let
got
me
some
tell you
friends
this,
like that too.
I will get him on the phone right now. He will cuss every last one of us at this table out for talking about this.
Why?
And I don't get it.
Well, see, no, then that's the opposite of my friends, because I know some people that
would be
their
so
parents came in here the correct way, brought the family here in the 70s. All of them grew up. All of them have done everything, went to college. I mean, they all did all the right things, and they hate the fact that the illegals are here. They hate it because they're like, if our family had to fight to get here,
That's what you
why are
would
they
think,
getting a
right?
free pass?
That's what you would think, but there's so many. And you know what? These folks that I'm talking about generally didn't come from like Mexico. Their families migrated north from like Puerto Rico.
I know some
Which is-
Guatemalans
Well,
that
I
say
thought-
don't call
Which
me
is,
Mexicans.
I thought Puerto Rico, you didn't have to have a green card and all.
No,
that.
that's what I'm saying. These
Yeah.
people are completely legal. I'm not saying that these are illegals that became, like you were saying, or illegals totally. The illegals that I knew that were completely 100% illegal, you could yell immigration and they'd scatter like cockroaches. Let me tell you something. Those people laugh in our faces.
Look, let me tell
Yeah.
you,
They laugh
when that
in our
hospital,
faces, man.
Eastside Medical, was being built right at Ronald Reagan, I remember seeing there and two big blue buses pulling up, and it was INS, and they carted
Scattered.
off hundreds.
And then 2 weeks later, they were back.
they were right back.
With a different name.
Well, you know, a
Well, at
police
least a different holiday flea market. We've had a holiday flea market ID.
Yeah.
Well, get this: a police officer that everyone knows, not Korean, but we'll just call him Biggin. Okay,
Keep going.
I used to ride with him, and at night he would pull people over. At one time, we pulled over a pickup truck that the marijuana was just reeking. You could smell it in the patrol car before he got the guys out. 9 guys in a pickup truck. Not one of them was legal. Okay, guess what? After the dogs came and there was no marijuana found, everybody got released.
Just fun.
Good morning.
What's
Good
happening?
morning.
What up,
Not
Matthias?
much. Well, welcome to America.
Dankeschön.
You are welcome.
She didn't say thank you. She said you were a weird,
Ah!
skinny man with weird, sunken in eyeballs
I said
And big
thank you.
ears.
and big
I can
ears
accept that.
She saw his profile picture,
How
huh?
can I say big ears if I haven't seen them yet?
and bad eyesight
You don't want
and
to.
bad breath.
So what's going on, dude?
Don't believe everything he
Not
says.
much. You were talking about the immigration and illegals and all that.
So you
Don't
figured
let
you'd
everyone
call
have to
in.
see
I told you it was illegal,
And then I
Scotty.
call in.
All right, well, come on, let's hear it.
You don't necessarily have to be Hispanic to be an illegal.
Yes.
Right.
Or Syrian or whatever. You remember the outlet used to be our warehouse.
Yes.
Decades ago. We were in there working one day, and we had a guy from Denmark over. He was doing just little odd jobs for us. I look out the window, and 2 buses and about 15 black sedans pull up beside our building. This guy took off on a motorcycle. We didn't see him for 3 days.
Oh, that was that dude that had that cool ninja.
Yeah, Simon.
Yeah, Simon. That's right. I could not remember his name there for a second.
He disappeared, and then we find
Mike,
out later that
we're live. Could you please?
The marble and tile company that's behind our bigger warehouse, they emptied out that entire building, filled up both buses.
Wow.
Damn.
They just went down to our whole industrial area and just filled the buses up.
And that was right there off Jimmy Carter, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, but what did they do with them?
Probably sent them
I
back.
have.
No. Do you know how much it costs this country to send illegals back to their country of origin?
Well,
They-
that's where
they
I think that
process 'em.
their
Well, that's what I
country
don't
should be paying for it instead of ours.
Well, a tank or two of gas, drive them over the border, drop them off, and then come back. It don't cost that much.
The border control people, the guys that we pay that wear the green outfits.
Can't we just put them in a cargo trailer on the back of a train and ship them on back? Because let me say this.
That's how they get here sometimes.
If they get here in the bottom of trucks and boats and storage containers and the bottom of all these
dashboards,
then going back, that would just be a step up.
I'm telling you, even the border patrol guys that catch these people coming over the border, they still process them and feed them and give them medical care if they can even get them back over the border. You see what I'm saying? You're
Yeah, see,
talking-
and I got here the legal way.
We need a 30-foot wall, Bubba.
We had a,
The problem is, as soon as you put up a wall, they're just going to come around the wall in a
or
boat.
under it.
And
they got
in a boat,
tunnels.
and they're just going to try and come. I mean, you know, we know. I used to know. Let me word it that way. A guy that was from Guatemala that said they got in a boat, went all the way. They got far enough off the coast that they weren't paid much attention to. They came into the Washington State area, and then traveled across the United States to get back to Georgia.
Absolutely. Now,
So I'm
here's
just
one
shaking
thing.
my
All right,
head.
so let's talk about the wall that's utilized in Israel. Okay, if you try to jump that wall, what happens?
Probably
Yeah.
get shot.
Do a lot of people try to jump that wall?
Probably not.
You know what?
Well,
For a
that
negative
was
action,
fine.
there's a negative reaction.
That's right.
So, so when Trump talks about this crazy, silly, everybody says impossible.
Why is it so crazy if Mexico has a wall?
I know, on their southern borders.
So if they got a southern wall, Israel has walls.
When
Then
China
why is
has
it
a
so,
wall.
why is it so crazy?
when do we get tired of freaking having people from other countries laugh in our face about our government? That it comes down to it, because you can go off of contracts with businesses. You can go off of, countries like Japan come to the United States. They build these big plants and they say, hey, we'll have 2,500 jobs, but we don't want to pay taxes for 100 years.
Right.
And they agree to that.
Well, Conyers did that with Hill Phoenix. They made a huge deal to keep them to Rockdale in order to keep them in our county. They gave them this huge tax break.
Right. Now, let's say we take a plant, we want to move to Japan. Do you think they will offer that courtesy to us?
No.
Hell no. They will charge us for shipping stuff. They will charge us for the material coming in, the finished product going out. Screw them.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah. And look how good Germany's running right now.
Yeah, she was telling us some of
That's
the,
German, by the way.
She was telling us
Yeah,
some of
y'all's
the
chancellor.
prices of stuff and just
Yeah, your chancellor,
Yeah.
she is destroying the beautiful country known
She
as
does.
Germany. Her first bad move was allowing that the mass mass exit or entrance
yeah,
of-
but-
I know I'm trying to say the mass grouping of
Refugees
to come in, and it just
Second
overburdened
is she's
your
allowing
resources.
that Turkish.
Yeah,
Excuse
I'm
my
gonna let y'all get
French,
back to your show.
dickhead.
Yes, sir. Holla at me later.
Dictate.
See you, Matthias.
Bye.
To dictate.
I'm
what-
gonna call Jeff after the show. I need to get with him on a few things, anyways. We got to go to commercial here in just a second.
See, here in America, we have to pay for our commercials.
Oh, you do. Well, over there, they paid to have your commercials done. Want something to drink?
We're still not to commercial yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
I thought you
still-
said we were
still-
going to
we're
commercial.
fixing
Sorry,
it.
I
We're still
apologize.
live.
All right. Well, the
the
European chick, she bolted.
Yeah, I'm taking
she's
She's,
now it's European.
Well,
She's going to the bathroom.
no. What about Britain? You see what I'm saying? Britain is cracking down, and I'm talking about cracking down on the. They're not going to allow sanctuary cities.
I don't know what a sanctuary city is.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Holy smokes, Steph, are you
Well, I
kidding me?
mean, no.
It's a
and if I
city.
don't know, then there's probably.
Well, I tell you, when we
other
come
people
back,
out there
yeah,
that don't
okay.
know.
When geez, it's in the news every day. When we come back from commercial, I'll give you an explanation of sanctuary cities, and you're gonna. Let me tell you something. Do you have any toilet paper over there? Because you're gonna shite yourself when you hear about this.
No.
I can't believe y'all don't know about sanctuary cities.
No,
Well,
and again, if we don't,
Yeah,
that means
okay,
nobody
cool.
else does. Everybody hang tight. We'll be right back. This song goes out tonight.
All right.
We won't play the full song, but we'll be right back.
Hey, seriously, you don't know what a sanctuary city?
No.
There are city governments in the country that will not extradite an illegal alien, will not even prosecute an illegal.
Why?
Because the fake voters, they won't go for ID voting. You see them, they're creating San Francisco. Let me I'll get it. Because the sanctuary cities I know about, I mean, there are people that are exiting the cities, Americans.
I've just said she don't.
Are you smoking? I'd have it. Every German I know smokes. I can't believe she's up and running around, man. I had jet lag so bad when I first flew. Couldn't take it. I was one of those guys that jet lag really got bad. Sank. It hurts, huh?
She's gonna be here.
I know.
I know, but we don't want to bore people out because you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna go, "Oh my God, this is gonna be a month of this." Any funnies? I was trying to get a lot of good humor out of the Donald Trump thing, but it just didn't go anywhere.
Well, like I said, I think you went down there and told the guy, "Look, if I get elected."
But you didn't say that. I needed to go with it, and we didn't go anywhere with it. So how about that playmate now? They're talking about
Yeah,
pressing charges against.
that's great. Love it.
As a peeping Tom.
That's terrible, man.
Wow.
Goofing off. Do you know how much trouble we could get into? I mean, this is the stuff we do and say. If people are going to be that picky.
That's in public, but it's almost an invasion of privacy too, because you are in the bathroom. See my point? So it's like
coming from the guy who freaking flashes me 3 times a week.
Yeah, but I'm voluntarily doing it.
That's because he likes it so much, right?
So
I'm gonna start posting.
Yeah,
I know that Mike's into it.
Yeah.
Do they not have shower curtains and stuff?
I guess.
Yeah, but she's
that
probably just
early?
walking around in the locker room like the guy powdering his nuts that time I was in there.
I hate that. Why do guys do that?
Because I know in
But it also, I'm sure there's a sign somewhere or somewhere in your contract that states that you're not supposed to take cameras in the bathroom.
Yeah, well, I know the
Mike, what I
gym that
showed
we
you on
go
the map
to
was where I live.
have the
Yeah, that's what I
shower
figured.
stalls.
I was just saying there's a
and
big
then across
industrial
from the
area
shower stalls,
beside you
they
there,
have,
and then
like it looks like bathroom stalls, but there's not a toilet in there,
it's
and
been
that's
a
where
while,
you
so
change.
I'm sitting there trying to remember.
Yeah, and I didn't know if the men, because I've never been in the men's. I didn't know. If
Yeah.
the men's is set up the same way.
They ain't been in there.
And I'm an hour.
And
I'm like
I
in
flew into
between.
Heidelberg numerous times. It's just we weren't on the ground.
Yeah, because we
I
have
got
a small little
Chevy Chase.
military.
Yeah, let's go.
Airport.
Funny. We need
All gone.
This is
Well-
People's Monday. They dread going back to work.
Give us solar panels.
It tears me apart driving by every day the old shopping center and that torn up buildings.
And we're back. All right, so because we were at a point, Mike, explain what you were saying. We have
Well-
people hitting us up asking.
Yeah, I apologize. I thought people understood sanctuary cities. Now they've been around for a couple of years now. I remember hearing about them in 2010, 2011. But basically, and Steph, you got the list, right? Let me just kind of read this part, and then if you would read that list, I think it'll go well together. You still have that list?
Yeah, I can get it.
And
back
I've
up
got
real
somebody
quick.
mentioning the fact that some of the illegals are great working people and work
Oh,
harder
sure.
than most of the entitled
Yes,
people.
That's true.
And I agree with that.
And we're not doubting that.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I do know that it's percentages because I've seen some sorry asses on both sides of this fence that we're talking about.
But we're not talking about worth ethics here. We're
But-
talking about being in a country
Illegally, right. And at the same time, the entitled piece of crap people that want to milk off the Statue of Liberty's booby, you know, when here's also the thing too, like when you get unemployment, you know, that's taxed money. You have to pay taxes on your money.
Yes.
Well, how can we tax the people that are milking the system? Because they're already going to scream that they don't have any money. So how do you tax them for taking money from the government?
And take it one step further, all the resources that are in cities, towns, states are based upon their population. If you can't count the population, then you don't have an accurate count for resources, which means when the illegals do utilize the resources, it means people like you and I don't have the resources.
It's just a sad day. It's just sad all the way around.
Extreme.
Again,
All right,
how is it that fair tax is so obviously simple to see, yet people don't get it? Okay, me, Mike, Steph go into a restaurant. Okay, let's go. We go into a convenience store. The three of us do not know each other. One of us, and I'm not going to say which one of us is legal and the other two are not legal. Well, if nobody's paying taxes on all this money, then the government's not getting any of it. But if Mike buys a Coke and pays tax, I buy a Coke and pays tax, Stephanie buys a Coke and pays tax, then we've all three paid the same. Whether one was illegal or not, we all paid the same. Fair tax is so obviously simple, but yet people keep wanting to fight it. And nobody's counting the 2 Cokes that Stephanie shoplift. We're only looking at what's sold.
Well, I got a shoplift.
Have you seen you?
Every dang gone day when I look in the mirror.
I've seen you shoplift.
Okay, I got a
No, you
question.
have not.
I seen you roll a girl out in a wheelchair. It wasn't yours.
Asshole.
Oh, wow. There you go. Okay, let me ask you this.
Aren't you the
anybody
same
know-
person that just a week ago said all the people in the wheelchairs had it easy?
Does anybody?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. We were talking about that last night.
Mhm.
Stephanie says all them kids in wheelchair had it easy, and we went, "What?
You
What
would
the
think she
hell
would,
are you
yeah.
talking about?"
Yeah, they made laps around us when we were.
They
still-
had it easy.
When we were still walking, they were on their second and third lap.
So here's a question. There's 4 people at this table. Let's just ask this, Stephanie.
Well, 3 people
Yes.
in illegal.
What pisses you off more? Illegals that may or may not be hardworking people, or the people that mooch off our government that are legal but they're just waste of human flesh.
The people that mooch off our government.
But technically, they both kind of do. So which one's worse?
I don't know.
I'm not describing family members. Just I'm using generic people here. What pisses you off more?
People that are capable of going out and getting a job, but choose not to, and sit and mooch off our government.
See,
Well,
that's what makes me mad. Is the people that make no effort are the people that aggravate me.
well,
Yeah.
So for every illegal, they're all making, I'm not gonna say all because we don't know the percentages, but they're making an effort. What about the piece of crap people that are sitting outside of Hibbett Sports trying to buy the new Nikes or the new Air Jordans, but yet they go in with their EBT card to buy for everything? Wait a minute, you can afford $200 pair of sneakers, but you can't feed yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, we created this. Our
I
government-
understand we did.
Yeah,
so
so
I'm
how do we
asking you,
stop it?
which one makes you more mad? The illegal factor or the people that are legal that just abuse the hell out of the system?
I would go, I think there's more people. Oh, I got to be careful here. There's 40-something%, 43 million people on welfare right now, correct, in our country?
I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me.
Yeah, I think it's 43 million, which means there's 300 million people, blah, blah, blah. How many, we say there's 11 to 20 million illegal aliens. So statistically, we have to go with the problem you're talking about, the EBT and the.
I mean, look,
entitlement.
yesterday we're out of work, right? I'm getting ready to go do the car show. I pull up to the Quick Trip. Say 7 to 8 work trucks or work vans are still there. All of them Mexicans. I'm going to assume they're all illegal, but they were all up and going to work.
Ready to go to work. Yeah.
Still doing what most Americans won't do anymore. They're doing it. They didn't take a day off. But the sorry asses that don't even want to get out of the bed just want to keep collecting that money from the government. See, that's the fine line. That's the hard part of this seesaw. This justice being balanced. How do you do it? How do you balance it?
Well, okay, so two-pronged attack if the world is according to Mike. One, we do what Trump says with the illegal aliens. Two, I don't know how many times I got to say this. There are out-of-work veterans with investigative skills. Why are we not trying to cull the entitlement breed? Why does our government not have people, even city government?
I understand that, but it's kind of like in this, and a listener just sent this. What about the people who are using their EBT and food stamps to buy liquor and alcohol, aka the same thing, instead of buying groceries for their family? Which goes back to, like I had made the comment, every liquor store should be demanded to not be able to take EBT. That should be the EBT rule. Should say a liquor store should not take EBT.
Okay, if you go someplace that has those video poker machines and you play it and you win and they give you cash, is that illegal?
Yeah, it's still gambling illegal.
Okay, if you get caught as a business owner doing that, what happens?
You lose your business license for
however long, and they seize all your equipment. And
yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you see, I know where you're going with this, because
keep going with your point.
In Germany, you can go anywhere and do it. My point is it's easier to
illegally do EBT,
to illegally
and have guaranteed income.
Yes.
And all they have to do, and it's so funny. I had somebody want to argue this with me the other day. They wanted to argue with me the other day that there is no way they can do that. And I went, look,
Yes, there is.
When I was 20 years old, I was an assistant manager of a BP gas station, working my way up. That's what I thought I wanted to do. And I know it's so simple to just hit the word grocery. It's that simple. When I had to do milk had its own key, sodas had its own key, dairy had its own keys, if you were buying cheese. Cigarettes had its own key. But then there were some items, say somebody bought 5 or 6 items and there wasn't exactly a key, all I could hit grocery. Now, does it mess up the audit? Yes. But Can it be fixed? Yes. These people have a system, dude.
Okay. Everybody knows that I worked
They
in
know
adult
how to
clubs.
beat the system.
Everybody knows I worked in adult clubs forever.
And
that's a
they took
sub-community.
EBT too?
Yes. No.
Where the girl had that swipe at?
Here's the thing is that there are sub-communities.
And on the new cards, they have to actually slide it in and
Why
wait for it to clear.
The chip? Why do you think we went to the chip? It also checks for STDs and pregnancy.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that. Was great. We lost our European listener. So hey, get this. These people, if you know them and you're actually sitting around in a group, having a couple drinks, playing cards, smoking dope, doing coke, whatever, if you bring this subject up, guaranteed there'll be one or two people that are in that group that is a freaking professional at what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Dude, no doubt. Look, I'm never going to get past the fact that we know of the woman that went in to the grocery store and bought 30 pounds of Alaska snow crabs on her EBT card. Mm-hmm. And you're never going to change that image in my head. I don't care what story somebody tries to tell me about how some woman is feeding her 7 kids. You're never going to burn that image. And a business owner friend of mine was at Sam's Club, watched a woman with 2 buggies completely full of groceries, standing there with like her Gucci Amani or whatever purse, pull her EBT card out to pay for all the food. And when the woman behind the register said there's a remaining $15, the girl cops a little bit of an attitude. You're standing there with a $500 purse, cell phone, all this clothing on. You just bought $400-something worth of free food, and you're going to bitch because you have to spend $15? Come on, man. What that purse cost you? Jesus, what is wrong with the system?
That was baby daddy.
How about you starve? How about you starve and not spend that kind of money on a purse? I bet you will figure out how to work. People for millions of years figured out how to not starve and take sticks and beat animal skulls in so they could eat. People know how to survive if you make them.
Well, that was like a predecessor to EBT.
And you know what? It's called Mother Nature. If you can't fend for yourself, that's the way the world processes its own and does its own. I'm sorry, people. It's so irritating to know somebody's taking our hard-earned money going out and buying Alaskan snow crabs, and most of us don't even eat that way.
I haven't had Alaskan snow crabs in probably 6 or 7 years.
So what else? What else we got? You made the comment because look, we went too far. Let's go back to what Mike was talking about with this weird city thing because we had people asking about that. What was that comment?
Well, basically, a sanctuary city is a name given to a city in the United States, obviously, that follows certain procedures that shelter illegal immigrants, and the procedures can be by law, or they can be de facto by action. So. Steph, you have that? Do you still have the list up?
Yes.
Could you read those off for me, please?
Yes. So the list of U.S. sanctuary cities is Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Phoenix, San Diego, Salt Lake City, Denver, Minneapolis, Chicago, Dallas, Austin, Houston, Detroit, New York City, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and of course, Miami.
Okay, so did anybody notice, and did anyone not recognize any of those big name cities? And I guarantee it, I don't have it in front of me, but how many of those cities are controlled by the Democrats?
Right.
So I'm concerned that, see, I always look, you always say go one step deeper. I don't.
Well, everybody's so used to us being the crazy people that they don't really get to see how smart we are and what we pay attention to. And a lot of people don't realize in what I do, it's trickery. I do things to make your mind get pissed off at me. Then I point something out and I give you a little bit of comedy while doing it. And before you swallow this real tasty meal, you go to wash it down and go, dude, he had my emotion here. He had me mad. He had me laughing. And then I got his point. And it's called trickery. I'm very good at it. And I do it daily. And half of y'all don't even realize what I do.
I think a lot of people sit in their cubicles or they sit where they're listening And I think a lot of times, if they're not talking with people, if they're just doing their work, I think a lot of times when they listen to us in the morning, they go, dang, I didn't think about it that way.
I didn't think about it that way. Well, here's where I'm leading with how I just used what I just told you to do a little more trickery to take you to where we are now. So a very smart man just sent me this. He said, the new EBT cards have a Visa symbol on it. And I believe you are right that there should be some restrictions. It disappoints me that a lot of our people get that assistance and don't use it properly. You see on Food Stamp Day, ton of people out shopping at Walmarts, filling their buggy with unhealthy choices and things. Scroll back more, just popped up that they would not buy if they did not get free money. Well, if you go back to when WIC was given in the 90s, there was a certain cereal you could use.
Yeah.
Juices, there was a certain juice you could get.
Now, did you pick
Hold,
that
please.
stuff up, or?
Milk, you were only allowed so many gallons of milk and so many different breads. WIC used to say this is what you get. Now, why doesn't EBT say that?
Yeah, and the only thing that you cannot purchase.
Does that make sense to what I'm getting at, Mike? Because I know you tuned me out for a second. You get what I'm saying?
No, I didn't tune you out. What I was saying is that did you have to go pick that stuff up, or is it you could only buy it?
You went to the grocery store,
okay, all right.
and you had you know, when we go order sushi, they give you the piece of paper with the little pencil,
right?
Okay, that's kind of how the WIC folds out, and it tells you if you want cheese, here's your choices.
Yeah.
If you want milk, this is your choices. If you want juices, this is your choices.
Yeah.
And there's only like 3 or 4 choices.
Now, this was for women, right?
For WIC, when you were pregnant, and this is what you give it.
Women,
But
and
now
women, infant, and children. Because you could have your child, like Ashley was on it.
Hey, hurry.
She was
so we stay on where we're going.
Because she was on a special formula. So she was on it until she was 4.
Okay.
You know, there are certain things.
Yeah.
And now, though, you can get carrots and other stuff
But WIC is healthy.
Yes, it's healthy
food.
food.
Which is why I didn't want to go too far down the WIC tour. The WIC tour is all about health.
Yes.
EBTs get what you want.
Yes.
You know, just like the girl that does the rap video, EBT's free, it's for me.
The only thing you cannot purchase off of EBT at the grocery store is hot daily items.
I wonder why.
I don't know. And some places you can't get energy drinks. Some places you can, some places you can't. Like when I worked at Kroger, there was people trying to purchase Monsters with their EBT, and it wouldn't.
All right, and back to this very intelligent man's point of view. It says he's making the point of people buying all the unhealthy food, and he says this has no preference to color, which I'm never knocking the color. I'm knocking the mentality. It's never a color issue with me. It's a mentality issue with me.
Yes.
But it has no preference to color. However, you see the get it all now mentality, and it leaves these people hungry 5 days later for the rest of the month.
Yes.
That's another very good point.
Well, my thing is, you know,
and hold please. They still give WIC, and it is still the same way. And he's actually typing right now, so I don't want to go too far with the conversation.
They've just broadened what you can purchase.
Right. But it's still based on health.
Yeah, like you can get well, you were always able to get dry beans. You couldn't get like canned beans and stuff. You could always get dry beans. But you know, like I said, now you can get certain carrots and other vegetables. Like frozen vegetables,
though, there's no reason EBT should be accepted in a liquor store. There's absolutely no reason. So I'm going to come in and buy me 2 40s and use my EBT
to get a bag of chips.
There's somebody with your wife. I just wanted to point that out.
I was noticing that too. So I'm going to use the EBT. Oh, it looks like Buddha.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's Tuesday. He said he was going to come in today. So I'm going to use I'm going to buy me 2 40s. And I'm going to use my EBT to get me some port rinds. Again, the problem is we know that's not how it really works.
Well, you know, now that Ashley had graduated high school, everyone told me that I could apply for food stamps with her, which I did. She got approved, but then I had to go back and take a letter from her doctor stating that she was disabled and could not get it could not work.
And the bad thing is the pencil pushers, the woman sitting behind the desk, can clearly see she's in a wheelchair.
Yes.
But the problem is this lady's 14 bosses.
They don't see it.
They don't see
Well,
it.
yeah, but still, you know.
But you know what it goes back to? It goes back to there are so many people abusing the system that they have to treat it all as if they are abusing the system. And that's the problem that we've all fallen under, is the world has become so corrupt that there's a problem behind it.
Basically, you pay for the mistakes or the illegal stuff that other people do.
Yeah, because I trip out like when I drive past some of the housing authorities around and see that there's people living in a housing authority with new cars.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. Isn't this backwards? Like my mother, we had a Chevette because my mother made sure we had a house, made sure there was food on the table. And she drove a piece of crap car because she wanted to see to it. My mother didn't wear the finer clothes in the world because she wanted to make sure that I could actually have nice clothes to go to school. My mother would skip lunches so that I would have the extra 15 cents to buy milk. Everybody wants to talk about how DJ Scottie lives now. Nobody wants to talk about when DJ Scottie lived on Glenwood. Nobody wants to talk about Columbia Drive. Nobody wants to talk about all the places that we lived because we made it through that. We don't want to go backwards. But what's so funny is my kid knows nothing of poverty. My kid knows nothing of poverty. My kid knows nothing about living in an apartment complex with cockroaches walking across the walls. My kid doesn't know that world because I didn't want my kid to know that world. But you know what? It's because my ass got off of it and worked. And it pisses me off to know these other people won't make an effort.
Basically, that's me too. I'm busting my ass every freaking single day. I'll make sure that we have whatever we need. Well, most of you know I live with my mom because of her health issues. So we both kind of make it together. But what pisses me off is those refugees come over. They have the newest cell phones.
Yes.
Where I'm thinking, okay, I'm working and I got a piece of crap cell phone. But hey, you know, I'm working and they get paid for it.
Right.
They work brand new clothes. We're talking about brand names.
Right.
I'm like, I can't afford it, and I'm working.
Right. How about this? I just got this. They're now putting the welfare money on the same card as the EBT cards now. So now you just have more money. But we have quite a few gas stations that are owned by other people who will just ring all the stuff up and run it through EBT and just charge because all of it's money to them, which is true. Because if you have the guys back now, here's the thing. Back before I quit, after I blew my back out, I did try to go back to work for another company, and I couldn't. My back just couldn't handle it anymore, and that's before I went to business for myself. We were taking care of gas stations as well as restaurants, and there was 4 brothers that were all from other countries. They had visas to be here, but they weren't citizens. The 4 of them each owned a chain. I shouldn't call it a chain. They have all 4 owned a chain of gas stations, but they all 4 individually owned it. And you have to pay attention to how I word this. So they were guaranteed tax-free, all this other, they had these government loans to open these businesses. So that was free money for them to get these loans. Then they didn't have to pay taxes on the loans or the business for like the first, 18 months or something. Every 24 months, they swapped title ships. So that would be the 4 of us, say the 4 of us own a gas station. And within that 24-month period, we swap. So the one that owned the one in Avondale now is the one that owned it at 85 and Chamblee Tucker Road. And then the other one that was over in the Dorville became the other one that was over at Pleasant Hill. And they all 4 just kept swapping. And we would get to a point where we would go in and see these cats, and it's like, what are you doing here? Oh, my brother had to do this, so I had to go to his store. Because, and all of them learned a special trait about the business. So they would, even if they owned them, they would work at each other's store because one knew more about the liquor sales. So on Tuesday, he would be there. One of them knew great English and knew how to deal with us being there to fix the electrical work. So that whatever day we would show up, that guy would be there. If it had something to do with the beer coolers, the other brother knew. It was really funny how they did it. It was a great system for them. But now looking at it from the government standpoint, that's not a great system because they're beating the system.
Okay,
they just knew how.
They just knew how.
All right. I got to say this, and I am playing a little bit of devil's advocate here, but I really do. I have to say this. Are we upset as citizens? Are we upset because they're doing it? Are we upset
Pause.
because
Is it considered jealousy? Is that where you're leading?
yeah.
I knew it.
I
knew it. Let's hear it.
I have never once ever said that you and I didn't think a lot alike.
No, but I wanted to go ahead and say it because I wanted everybody to go, oh my God.
Yeah.
But yes, is it jealousy because they're getting away with it and we're not?
Well, okay, first
or
of
are
all,
we stupid enough to believe that if one cheats the system, we should all cheat the system, but it just screws the system?
So I'm not taking a stand on either way. I think everybody knows Military Mike's personal views on this. So I say shut it all down. But here's the thing is, are we upset that they're spending our money? Our taxpayer dollars are going to all these people, 43 million people, that probably a high percentage of them don't deserve it. Or are we jealous that we're not in it? Because let me tell you something. You want to make me jealous? You want to make me upset? Put me on the losing team. Right? I mean, think about it. Who wants to be on the losing team?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Let's look at it this way. Fair tax.
He loves fair tax.
Because it only makes sense.
I can't figure out why we're not
so,
doing
let me look at it this way. So Salem High, let's use Salem High as an example, and let's just say Rockdale. Only as an example, you guys. I'm only saying this as an example because it's my hometown. Only an example is to be made here. Say the school was 75% illegal aliens. And our county is not making money. Only an example, everybody. I want you to listen. If our county's not making any taxes off of these families doing businesses, doing the businesses and doing their thing, we're not making any money. But yet they want their kids in this school. Well, if the school's not getting the right amount of taxes, are the kids getting the right, learning? Are they getting schooled correctly? Are they getting the level that they should, the quality of schooling that they should? Are they getting their education? No. Say we went to fair tax. Look at the money that could then go to the school. In return, the families would have to pay taxes like everybody else, but their kids would profit from it too because the school would get the funding it needs. Our police officers would get the funding it needs. The firemen would get the funding that it needs. Our sewer systems would get the funding that it needs. Our water department gets the funding that we need. The animal control would get the funding it needs. The roads would get the funding that it needs. Our red lights could be better.
Okay,
do we not see we could have a cleanup crew that cleans our streets and our neighborhoods look better? But no, that's not how it works.
I think what I'm going to do is, because I brought up a couple things here, I think through the course of the day and my studies and everything else, I'm going to kind of look at why flat tax wouldn't be good. Okay?
Figure it out.
Because I just can't. I see what you're saying, but I do see one area. The government, we'll use our own. The Rockdale County government, they have so much money coming in through taxes and whatever, the revenues, right? Well, currently we're $8 million in the hole. Now, to me, that is staggering, this small community. But if you talk to the people of Rockdale County, this is a huge community. So you see what I'm saying? It's just difference of how perception.
Perception.
Yeah,
okay, so my point is Scottie's over here 100% behind this flat tax, says that we'll have more money to get all these
How
things
could we
done.
not?
I don't know.
If
somebody's got to be
think about it.
out.
If we don't have it now and people aren't doing their taxes, then how is it not going to be? We couldn't be any worse. Now, could we?
Do you know
how could we be any worse?
This is Mehrwertsteuer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
Okay, so now what's the percentage in Germany?
7% and 19%.
Okay, now you split it up. Is it cool,
part
Scottie,
is-
for her to explain this? Because Germany's
part is-
doing it.
Okay, I think the 19 is on like cigarettes, liquors, and certain type of food.
Luxury tax.
And then
I would
there's
go
like
for luxury tax.
Then there's 7% for basically the rest.
And I believe anybody that buys a car worth $75,000 or over should pay a luxury tax.
They did that at what?
Was it that much or 100,000? You can say that's horrible for me to say, but I mean, come on, man.
Wasn't it? Because I remember looking at it.
That is horrible. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but your sin tax makes sense. Your gambling makes sense.
Well,
It's basically whatever you buy, you pay tax. You go to the cash
Yes, I'm all
register,
for that.
You put down your items.
Yeah.
And if it says on the price tag, let's say $2.50,
Right.
that's what you pay.
Right.
There's no extra tax.
I agree with that 100%.
So
I hate that $1.99 crap, and then it's actually $2.25.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about on the way
you know
here
what?
this morning.
And that's whatever messes me up over here. It's like tax. Oh, okay.
And
It's
then
actually
everybody
bad.
else's towns are different taxes, and cities are
Yeah.
different taxes, and
Connecticut, where I was born, it's like 10%, 11%
Yeah, man.
sales tax.
Look, let's shoot off the commercial. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come up with some funnies. Bill Cosby's trial starts today. Just take the blue one. I want to talk about the playmate who took the picture in LA Fitness's. She was in the steam room and took a picture of a girl walking by, and it got posted and made a big deal out of it. Well, now they're gonna put criminal charges against her,
What?
charge her as a peeping Tom. So we'll talk about that when we come back. Everybody's just fun in the morning.
Hey, did you see that picture I posted yesterday on TV?
Hi, Buddha.
What picture? Oh yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, I gotta show you something.
that's
that-
Ruku, man.
I know. I gotta show you something.
Oh.
It kind of bothers me, Mike. That you would
What'd I do?
kind of bother.
What, Scotty? Come on now. You know I know.
It's one thing kind of bothers me. It's one thing that you call me a dick,
Oh,
but the rest of that is a little obscene.
I'm trying to lick his face. Am I the wrong place?
That's just a little too far, sir. I mean, not only did you call me a name, you're talking about molesting me. That bothers me. I'm offended.
How you doing?
Okay, wait a minute. I did not put I want to lick his face and touch him and all that.
Who put that?
Scotty. Oh,
I did that this morning at like 5:30 in the morning.
how did you do that? Because it says published by Michael Madsen.
What the hell did you do? What did you do?
He went back and edited
You see, I put it to there because this is when we were all sitting there. I said,
Yeah.
because remember, I said, I'm posting this and telling people you're a dick. I felt so bad.
That's Tubby.
I know I'd never seen him around.
Why?
Yeah, I know his wife. I mean, we goof all the time. But I'd never really
You
met
wouldn't even
Tubby.
think they were married.
Y'all do realize we're still
I
on
know.
YouTube.
Nobody watches
People
that
like
shit.
that though.
I don't.
Well, you
I could
act
be.
that way.
I could be married.
Oh, you could.
Scotty.
Is my wife still here?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Scotty.
means it's Tuesday and she's working late, which means I
Right.
pick up Zach.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's got.
She didn't tell me, but I'm
I talked
assuming.
to her out there.
Yeah,
She's not
she's
going
not
in for
going
1
into
o'clock.
one.
Yeah.
How did you edit my post?
You just go and you
Shut up!
Fine. Sam, stop being a dick.
Look, it's
Don't
posted right
fork
there.
me.
Oh.
Stop poking me with your pencil.
Yeah, call him a dick and then he's poking you.
I don't know.
Hey, I got to tell you something. Let me tell you something. The epitome of what Just for Fun Radio is was right there. We are sitting on a porch. We are staring out
And talking shit
Yeah,
about
and
everybody.
talking shit, literally about every. If somebody walked behind us, we talk shit about them.
You know what's
If somebody
funny
walked
is
in
thank
front of
God
us,
the
we talk-
speakers are in front of us and
I
none
do
of them hear
not
us.
want to know what you guys talk about me when I'm gone.
Just
We
wait till you
talk
go.
shit about you.
Hey, after you've been here
Uh,
28 days, we'll have a bunch.
Hey, I'm glad you got that picture.
Scott, I put the back
I'm
up.
glad you got that picture
So
before
she
you
can
was
look
on
through
the
it.
ground.
I know. I fair, buddy. It was.
I threw it away this morning.
Let me
You
tell
can
you
see
something.
where the pot rivet
It
came out.
was some funny shit though, because Scotty looks at me and goes, "You okay?" And I'm like, "I'm falling." He goes, "What?" He goes, "Holy shit!" He jumps up
And
and,
that chair was
grabs
like-
me. He grabs my arm because I'm like, I'm being folded up and it's falling. I was like, Scotty!
All right, let's go back live.
You didn't take
Yeah, I got attacked by the chair.
Yeah, we
You know,
apparently
it
didn't have
wasn't- it
anything
wasn't
running live.
funny. It wasn't funny.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
It
We ain't even
wasn't
gonna
funny.
wait for the warning to stop.
Yeah, it wasn't funny at all. I don't care what anybody says.
So yeah, man. So the girl that's the Playboy playmate,
Why do you have to announce her like that?
because it
has got
says
nothing to-
playmate.
No, but
Duh.
it's got nothing to do with her posing naked.
Shut up.
True.
Anyways, so she's facing charges.
Wow.
She popped a picture off of her in the steam room, the sauna. and you see a woman walking by. Well, they're now I'm going to say it like this. This playmate is going to face criminal charges for peeping Tom statute. So the civil rights attorney said you can't video someone who is partially nude without their consent on private property. She could face jail time within 6 months to a year. And that's what we were saying is even though in the gym, you could probably pop off some pictures in the gym, but you can't do it in the shower room.
Man.
But it's a fine line because you can't say that you can't take pictures of her without her consent in private property because that's not true.
So, Mike, you need to start taking those pictures.
Okay, you went outside.
Hold, please.
Scottie just showed his ass to me.
If you are in a public place, the law's different. The law is different. But
Scottie,
now this gets into the fact that she took a picture of a nude woman. Her lawyers, she could get some good lawyers and beat this. I'm not saying what she did was right, but they can't try to say that you can't take pictures on private property. If it's in public view, you can. Is this considered public view?
I don't even know what makes her think that she could do that to begin with. I mean, in all honesty.
Pause.
He's ignoring me.
You are so ignoring what question I asked you. I'm asking you this question. This is in public view. Even though it's a locker room, it's for the public.
Correct. It's for the public, but it's also supposed to be. I mean, it's supposed to be a private area.
So it's supposed to be like a sanctuary. So you're trying to define it as the attorney is, but a good lawyer is going to be able to say, wait a minute, this is a public area. What she did was wrong morally, but is it illegal?
Then if that's the case, then why is it illegal to put cameras in bathrooms that are out in the public?
Well, wait, stop. You got to reword that. Where would you say they would be putting the camera?
Cameras.
Where are you talking about putting it, Stephanie?
In the glory hole.
Stop.
What the?
Stop, Stephanie. Bye. You don't jump in this. Stephanie, think about how you're wording this.
It's not there for the public to see.
No,
where the cameras are.
Boy, I know I'm dealing with the redneck now. Where are you talking about putting the camera?
Glory hole.
Somewhere where the people that are in there using the bathroom cannot see.
Sitting on the potty.
Exactly.
In a private stall.
Well,
illegal because it is a closed private stall for each individual person.
So, but she's
walking through the locker room. Is that a private room?
You would think that it should be considered a private room.
But if you're naked in there and I'm naked in there because because it's a locker room, is it a private room at that point?
That's my point.
See, it's going to all come down to the wording.
Because you would think that it's considered a private room because.
So morally, it's not right. But is it a crime?
It should be.
Why should it be a crime?
Because that's an invasion of their privacy.
How is it privacy if you're walking around naked in the locker room and Buddha's walking around naked in the locker room? That's not privacy. Do you see my point? Quit putting the ideas of male and female. I'm person in person. If you're walking around naked in this open area and I'm walking around naked in this open area.
So what is this door though that the woman is?
She's in the sauna, fool. We just got finished talking about that. Let me not have this conversation with Redneck Steph. Let me turn to Mike because Stephanie can't grasp reality here.
Waiting patiently.
I can't do grasp reality.
I'm not sure what's wrong with the studio crowd today.
Private.
What part of it, if it's a locker room, is considered private, Stephanie?
The whole damn locker room should be considered private.
Stephanie, do you get naked in locker rooms?
Hell no, I don't. Because
there is a God.
And see,
you should talk.
This is from a police officer. It's all in how you articulate it because it's all in plain view, which is what the law states. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Morally, maybe she shouldn't have taken the picture. But legally, did she do anything illegal. She didn't walk up to the woman's house and hold the camera up to the bedroom window to try to take a picture of her in her own home naked. She did not do that. You are walking around naked in a shower room, a locker room where other people are.
Well, we know Stephanie wouldn't be there.
Stop.
Why? Because she'd be involved in a shower or naked?
That's right, the shower room.
She gets naked at the swamps.
Yeah, it fills the garbage can up with water.
But okay, Steph. So I am telling by the way you're looking at this from an emotional standpoint. You're looking at it saying from the moral standpoint, oh, this woman, she should be arrested. But you're not taking the moral out of it. You're not taking the emotion out of it and looking by facts and facts only. It's not necessarily a private locker room. It's not her locker room. It's their locker room. Did she illegally take pictures? And it's all in the wording. How did she truly break a crime?
And it's a messed up situation.
Because you're looking at it emotionally.
Well, I don't want people taking pictures of me.
But you're not gonna stop.
Really, Mike?
No, but this is actually right, because now you got him being the funny guy, me being the serious guy, and you being emotional. So this is doing This is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. I am the puppet master at this point. This is doing what I wanted to do. I had no idea that you would be so emotional over this, though. I knew you were going to look at it from the woman's standpoint, but I had no idea you place yourself as the victim.
I'm not placing myself as a victim.
Then why is it bothering you so bad?
Well, it's bothering me, him making nasty noises over there, like thinking of me being naked is
but
out of the way.
No, but
anyways.
But stop for a second. But see, the woman took the pictures, and what Mike is doing, he's doing on purpose, because what this woman did has caused people to act like that. Do you not see how I just set all this up, Stephanie? You are now feeling sorry for the victim. Mike is making fun.
I've always felt sorry for the victim.
Mike is making fun of it, which is just like the woman who took the picture of it did. And I'm sitting here orchestrating all this, and you're getting pissed.
And she should be ashamed.
So you're looking at it as the victim. So that's what I'm asking you. So you feel ashamed for this woman. You feel bad for this woman. So
embarrassed, yes.
So you're looking at it emotionally. But can you look at it objectively and say, was there a crime committed?
Probably not, because the way this messed up government is. But do I think there should be considered a crime? Yes, because that was uncalled for. That was
so morally wrong. You just said the girl's wrong for this.
Yes.
Should she go to jail for it, though? She's not broken any crime, so should she go to jail?
But she should have been. It should be peeping Tom, like they're trying to.
But she hasn't broken a crime. She hasn't broken the law. Now, can the woman now, because we're a sue-happy country, can the woman now sue her for emotionally distressed? Oh, yeah, you know they'll sue her. But has she broken the law?
Like I said, probably not, but there should be a law against it.
Like now, you just saw how Mike made fun of it, just like the woman took the picture of it did, and you see how it pissed Stephanie off. Did anybody listening believe for 1 second Stephanie would have got so emotional over this? No. But this is the proof of what this conversation does to people.
Yes.
Because you feel violated. Because you already have now thought about, when I go to Planet Fitness, what if? Mm-hmm. See, you're already doing it.
I've always thought that.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
But was a crime committed? Now, when she signed her contract to join, there's probably something she signed on contract that states you're not supposed to take cell phones in there. So she violated that contract, which means hold please, if the woman in the picture decides to sue LA Fitness, which she most likely has every right to, because they're responsible for this picture being out because it was their building. So her lawyer will paint that picture. And then LA Fitness is probably going to try to sue this woman because she breached her contract by taking the picture and posting it. So looking at it objectively and taking all the feelings out of it, you can see what they're going to try to do. Oh, yeah. So here it is from a police officer. The government is not wrong. You have to take moral away from this, and it's a matter of what you choose to do or not to do. So there's not technically a crime here.
And that's a shame.
There might just be a breach of a contract, but not technically there was really not a law broken.
That's a shame then, to say that people can go out and take nude pictures of other people
Okay.
and put them out there on the
Okay.
on
Okay.
on social
please.
media. That
Here-
is
Here's where I'm fixing to flip the whole script. So if you can't do that, then how is it okay to take people's pictures in Walmart when they're walking around shopping,
exactly
wearing the most
Exactly.
obscene
And
and
making-
ridiculous outfits?
and making fun of them.
Really?
and
Because
shaming
you
them.
laugh at them too.
No, I don't laugh at them.
Oh, bull! I'm gonna call bull.
I don't laugh at 'em.
Me and you've laughed at the people from
I
Walmart
say,
pictures.
wow. I say wow.
But
and I
but
can't
but see
believe they
now,
went out in
but now
public
your
like
emotions
that.
are so tied up into this that you're now denying what you've laughed about with the people of Walmart pictures, because we've all laughed at them. All the stupid stuff that we share on Facebook, we laugh at all this stuff every day, and we think it's okay. Every day we find it to be funny and to be okay. But now, because now you're emotional, do you remember about 20 minutes ago when I said that I have a way of pissing you off, making you mad, and I make your emotionals go back and forth? Well, see, now I started the conversation off with this, and I've got Stephanie's emotions all twisted. Now
No.
I'm bringing up what we do laugh at, and you say, no, you don't laugh at it, but you do. We all laugh at it. So if you're saying this is so horrible and this is so illegal, then why is the other stuff we do okay?
It's not.
But we do it every day, and we say it's okay.
Yeah, people do it every day.
We do it every day. You're one of us. We do it every day. Every event we go to, we laugh at stuff we see. Every day. And we say it's okay. We define it in our humor as being okay, but the woman in this picture ain't okay. Morally, she's feeling embarrassed, but you now feel embarrassed for her. And all I'm doing is proving the fact that I take your emotions and twist them a little bit, and it changes the vibe just by making your emotions twist, which is what the radio show is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you see things different. But we say all the time that the law states that as long as you're in public view, I can take a picture of you and you can't do anything about it. Right? We say that every day. We take pictures every day. We post pictures every day. But now, because you have emotion side to this, you say it's so wrong. I'm not being mean to you. I'm pointing out the obvious on how twisted things are.
And there's a listener that states when it involves nudity, that is when it becomes a crime.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because, for instance, Free the Tata Day. They had the permit, and all those people in it was somewhere in the United States, and I can't remember if it was San Francisco, somewhere in California, where all the people chose to run up and down the streets with their boobies hanging out. Do you know all those pictures got shot all over the internet, and can't nobody sue anybody? Because you chose to walk around naked in public view. And somebody popped off pictures. The only thing different that can be done about this particular picture is a breach of contract, and people can be sued. But you're walking around in an open area where other people are walking around. So can you really be pissed? It's that moral. Some people want to say it's okay, and some people want to say it's not okay, but was there a law broken?
But when you go into a public restroom, you assume that you have some kind of privacy there.
What word
Even
did,
though
what
it's public,
word did you just use,
even
Stephanie?
though it's a public restroom, you still feel like you have privacy there.
Okay, 2 words you just used. Assume and feel. Assume and feel. You assume you have it, and you feel you should have it. But do you truly have it? When you go in your private stall and you lock your private stall, that is your private seat at that moment. So yes, if somebody has the poo-poo cam in there, there's a law that's being broken because that is your private stall. But if you're standing there washing your hands and you got your wiener hanging out and somebody takes a picture, you're not in privacy anymore. You're standing in the public restroom. You don't like the definition is what it is. It bothers you because
No,
morally
no.
you feel that it shouldn't be that way. Steph?
The listener is saying, if someone takes a pic of Crystal naked in the locker room, would you like it, or do you think it should be a crime for it to be published?
You know, I love doing this to people. So here you go. So you think now because y'all feel bad that you're going to try to say something to make me have my emotions in this to feel bad. Would I not be happy? No, I would not be happy. Could I try to sue somebody? Depending on said situation. If it was at the Lowe's, shopping center and this happened, I can't really do anything about it. LA Fitness was a contract. So yeah, they could probably have problems because there was a contract signed. But if I walk into the bathroom at Walmart and I throw my schlong out while I'm standing in front of the bathroom sink and somebody's in there videoing, walking around in the same area I'm standing, I'm not in my private stall, then did they break a law? I don't know that they did because it's not a private bathroom. It's a public bathroom. See, y'all are trying to use emotion to try to trigger me. I'm the puppet master here. I already know what I did with emotions because I see it all. It's written all over Stephanie's face. It's all about the emotion where people feel insulted, but there's really not a law that was broke. Do you see the difference? Steph? Boy, you got twisted on this one.
No, I just find it ridiculous that it's okay for people to take pictures of a woman and nothing's going to happen to her.
But we do it every day. We take pictures of people walking around looking like complete idiots on the square of Covington. Complete idiots walking up and down the sidewalk every day. Think of the guys walking around with their ace hanging out of their pants every day. I'm going to mute you if you don't stop. So if we find that's legal and we laugh at it, you see what we've done? I just totally made everybody get pissed because their emotions are twisted in this. It's written all over your face and you're saying it isn't. Why is it okay for us to laugh at some stuff and not at other stuff? Why is it okay to do this and then we all of a sudden decide that morally we shouldn't do this, but yet we were okay at laughing about this person over here. We were okay picking on that person for being fat. It was okay for us to pick on that person because they got big ears. It's okay that we picked on that guy that had food on his shirt. It's okay that we picked on that guy that sneezed and had snot out of his nose, but this all of a sudden we shouldn't be laughing at. Does everybody get my point? Like, we're picking and choosing what we want to laugh at. We're picking and choosing what we think's okay, but the law still works in the same direction. When it comes to the people that are serving the law, they have to take the emotion out of it and they have to do it based on what it really is and how it's really worded. The problem is, I've just made everybody have emotion in something that they typically wouldn't have emotion in. So, did I twist the show up a little bit? Yeah. I got everybody feeling this way. I mean, you got somebody messaging, trying to say to me, wouldn't you feel different if it was your wife? Oh, so you think you're going to twist my emotion? It's still not going to change the fact that the law is what the law is. We can't pick and choose. I mean, you know, we do this every day when we say so-and-so should have been put in prison because we don't like the crime they committed and the other guy's getting away, and it's not right. For instance, there's a guy this morning on the news. He got carjacked, shot all these 16 some odd times in his rib cage, blew his rib cage away. Now, because DeKalb County didn't process stuff correctly, these two guys aren't going to serve time. Our law should have already stated the fact that if you pulled a gun out and shot somebody, you rot in prison until the day they publicly hang you. That's what our law should be. Not somebody didn't read your Miranda right
properly.
Really? We already know the guys did it. But that's not how the law works. The law states that what this person gets should be fair. What this person gets should be fair. And if this person stole something by shoplifting and this person shot somebody, if they're both not treated equally in the courts of the law, then they didn't get their freedoms correctly. So just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean it's wrong. So we're going to go to a commercial. We got to get Stephanie happy again because you can clearly see she took the woman side of it. But you have a right to because you feel bad for the lady.
Yeah, and then I got people asking if it was a male. Let me just say, I don't care if they were male, female, heterosexual, or Caitlyn Jenner, if you take a picture of someone naked in a locker room and you post it on the media, the social media, it is wrong.
And I have from a police officer, you have to remain neutral. And that's exactly how the law has to. That's that scale. That's that scale of justice that has to try to balance it out. So unfortunately, even though you don't agree with what happened with this chick, it is what it is as far as the law part broke, as far as what was broken of the law. Let me word it that way, because there's truthfully not a law that was broken.
And then someone
Peeping
says,
Tom would be somebody peeping in from the outside into your house. That's a peeping Tom.
And then Jacob says, same goes for Kaepernick then, right?
Again, and that shows his emotions are a little twisted. If he's on contract and he's at work, you don't have your freedom of speech. I see what I love is I love that people try to do word trickery and they're not listening to their own words. If he was at his house standing on his front porch, he can say whatever he wants. If he walked out of the restaurant off the clock, he can say whatever he wants. The second his dumb ass was on that field, he was on the clock. He was under contract to work for the NFL, and you have no personal opinion. It's just like that lady that told me over the phone, sir, I'm sorry your internet's fast or slow, but if you'd have paid your bill on time, maybe your internet would be faster. Ma'am, I don't need your personal opinion. Put your boss on the phone. You're supposed to be a customer service representative. You sit there, do what you're told to do your job. Keep your personal effects and your personal comments to yourself. When you're on your break or your cigarette break, sitting outside smoking, you say whatever you want to say. But when you're on the phone representing that company, you're supposed to be representing that company and not your personal objective. That's the difference. But I love how people don't look at facts. They only want to look at how they feel. Assumptions and feelings will get you shot. We've already learned that a long time ago. And I'm sorry, Stephanie, I didn't know you were going to take this so hard. This was just simply pointing out how the law works in assumptions. Like you assume what she did was wrong. Morally, it might have been wrong, but was it illegal? And that's the question that everybody has. Let's shoot off to commercial, everybody. We'll be right back. Well, now that we got all the emotions pumping and juicing around here, it's just fun in the morning, you guys. Hang tight. We will be right back. I just got, I'll get naked and let all y'all take a picture, make everybody happy.
Tell Matthias not to send that out.
But, I mean, it's just like, think of the Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson video. That should have been a crime. But look what happened. You know? The guy that was peeping through the wall, he took drilled the hole through the hotel room into the other room of the lady getting naked, the news lady. That was illegal because he cut a hole in the wall. That was her private hotel room.
That's it for now.
I can't believe you got so emotional, Stephanie. You let it destroy you on this show, and you don't even know this woman. You let it emotionally beat you up.
What was aggravating me is I was trying to talk to you about it, and Mike over there making.
But he was doing exactly what the picture was intended to do.
To me, that felt like he was saying that about me.
Yeah, you've never made jokes about me being fat or anything. Fuck that.
Stephanie, he was doing exactly what the picture was intended for. It's a radio show. He was doing exactly.
Okay.
He was doing the devil's advocate. Why did you take it so personal? You're letting this bother you. It's just a show, and we're pointing out exactly what the picture did to the world. And you let it hit you. Last couple weeks, you've been a little sensitive, and I don't really know why. But you let this get to you way too much. Get this for your phone. All right, everybody, and we're back. You guys got to remember, this is a radio show, man. We're supposed to be twisting stuff. Stephanie's all friggin' pissed off. This is absolutely stupid. It's a radio show. It's great that you can feel for what this lady feels, but you can't let it control your emotions and ruin your whole day. That doesn't make sense.
Trust me, it's not ruining my day.
So you have to look at this, and we're having to paint the image here of the picture was supposed to be made in this playmate's mind. She's picking on this lady. She's making fun of it. Mike plays along with that side of it. And what's really funny is the way the picture's sitting in front of us. To the left of the picture I'm looking at is the woman that felt that she was embarrassed. And Stephanie is on the left, exactly like that picture. And it's really funny because now the playmate who's making fun of it's to the right. And then Mike was playing that part, and he was doing exactly what I needed him to do to make the story pop. But Stephanie so much felt the emotion out of it. And the problem is half the world is seeing it exactly the same way. Half the world. Half of them are emotional about it, saying it's just morally wrong, and the other half's going, well, really, it wasn't a crime committed. Then you have to wonder, does it fall under the desensitized? Like, we've seen so much of this now, and we've become such a world of ridicule and everything else. You know, here on the show, we try to always pick at each other and have fun, and that's all it is. And people don't take this stuff too serious. We just have to make you see it differently, because everybody goes to work every day and does repeat and repeat. They go to work, they come home. They go to work, they come home. A lot of people don't change a lot of stuff in their lives. They don't see things with emotion anymore. And key thing Stephanie said that you have to remember is the assumptions and the I feel, because, you know, I feel sorry for the lady. I would assume walking through the locker room, I would never have to worry about that. I would assume it. But does it become a law? You know, there's a sign most likely somewhere that says, please no cameras. Well, please no cameras. Is that a rule, or is that please no cameras? Does that mean you're asking me to not take pictures, or are you telling me not to take pictures? Have I signed a contract that says I will not take pictures in this building, this facility, and it has my signature on it? Now, that is a legal contract between me and the owner of the business or the corporation. Now, if I break that, is it a crime? No. Is it grounds for a lawsuit? Yes. It could be grounds for a lawsuit. So it's all in the wording, and everybody has to remember these things. It's not like public decency, where there used to be a thing where you're not supposed to walk around in your bra, but yet we're watching guys walk around every day with their underwear hanging out. You see what I'm saying, Steph?
Mhm.
I need you to smile, chick. I need you to come back to the show. I need you to come back. So you get into these facts of where what we see on a general everyday basis, we've gotten so numb to, because how many times do you ride down the road now and see a dude with his junk hanging out, and his underwear, his butt, Mike? How many times do you drive past that now and you just don't even look at it hardly anymore? Like you used to, you would go, oh my God, I can't believe. And now you just go, there's another one. Does that make sense? We see it every day now.
You keep track of how many, or you said another
Lord.
one?
But you know what I'm saying. How many times? Because I know for a long time, I mean, it still irritates the hell out of me, but for the longest time, I'd go, Jesus Christ, you know, and I let it really piss me off and bother me. Now I'm just like, another loser. I just don't even.
With his junk hanging out?
I just don't even make that big of a deal out of it now. We saw one yesterday, and it's the same thing. We're at a car show, and I'm just like, why do people do this? Because I thought we were passing a law that stated that you couldn't do it.
Can you imagine the cop that's got to arrest you for that? Sir, we're seeing way too much of your junk. And you're going to need to put that away.
You're going to need to put that away. We need to do a package check. I just hate it. I hate that.
Wait, how did we go? I thought we were talking about underwear. You're talking about packaging?
Well, then why did you just say it like that? Sir, we've seen way too much of your drunk. You're going to have to put it up.
I'm not drunk.
I meant to say junk. Yeah. I was meaning the
Why are you turning red?
Because I find it funny, because I did mispronounce it.
You turn red when it's funny?
Oh, my God.
Or you're blushing?
Are you assuming it or feeling it, you idiot?
I'm feeling that you're counting junk or packages.
No.
Are you like a pornographic FedEx guy?
No.
Here's your package.
No, it's not ups. See? FedEx ups.
Yes. The brown truck. But that's what I call when I go poopy, by the way.
God, you're an idiot.
We got delivery.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
What can brown do for you? Ain't that some shit? Sorry, slipped out. Get it?
So I was just reading some messages, so I was trying to keep up with it. Anyways, we're coming down to 9:52. What's everybody's plans for today?
I'm gonna go out and count packages.
Stephanie, come
What?
back to reality, chick.
I was reading where President Obama is supporting Kaepernick's national anthem protest.
Oh my God. Leave it to our president. He should stand up for our country and just say, look, dude, choose to protest, just choose a different time. I mean, you know, we used to, when we had good presidents, they would stand for our men
What
who
are our
have
plans for today?
served for our country.
Shopping.
Hey,
Yep,
I
we're going
think
to
he
Wally
should
World.
take a bullet. Is that wrong? Oh, I better not say that.
Yeah, don't say that.
Stand up and take one for the
Secret
two of you.
Service.
Butt fight.
So, Buddha, you came in a car or a truck?
Or a
Motorcycle. Oh, we going riding? Cool.
It's supposed to be a beautiful day.
I'm going riding. I need to hit a couple of the sponsors, so we'll go ride for a little bit. I'm gonna go see my grandma's grave.
Yeah, while I'm here, you know.
While you're here, yeah, I got a better bike you can ride on now. Not that the first one was bad, but I mean this one's set up better for two people. Stephanie,
What?
lean over here and give me a kiss.
No. Staff move.
I'll
move,
take a
move,
picture of
move.
this. I'll take a
Come here.
picture.
Come here.
Oh, she's gonna
Come here.
She's gonna
Get your ace over here.
she's gonna carterize you.
Get over here. I'm gonna kiss you right on your damn
Steph.
forehead. Come here.
Staff,
Now.
Cameron.
Now. Get over here right now. You need to feel better. Come here. And I don't know that
I
kissing
don't
you is
know
gonna
that
make
a
you
kiss
feel
is gonna
better.
help.
Get over here. Mike's videoing it. Get over here. I don't like you feeling so emotional about this. Get over here. Now. Yes. Here, if you're going to keep yelling no, get on the microphone.
No.
Damn it, man.
See, I ain't as dumb as y'all think I am.
You
The
couldn't
hell
be.
you ain't. Get over here. Get over here.
No.
Now. Now.
love
Do I
it.
need to talk to you like your daddy? Get over here, sexy.
No.
Get over here.
No.
Please.
No.
I can't talk to you like Travis because I don't know what y'all's safe word is.
911, can I help you?
911. I can't believe she wouldn't do that.
So y'all aren't gonna kiss.
I'm not a cousin. It means it's safe. Damn, I was trying to be nice, make you feel better.
That was a perfectly good waste of video time.
But you know, I hate it that you felt so bad. But the good thing is part of doing this, the part I wanted to do with this went a lot further than I ever thought it would go. Is you did side with the woman to paint a picture of how sad it is that this happened.
Yeah, she's a 70-year-old woman. That's one thing that people don't that hasn't been said. I mean, this was a 70-year-old. This could have been
This is
your
somebody's grandma
grandmother.
or great grandma.
Yes, you know. So think about that.
No,
How would you like your pictures of your grandmother to be out there on social media?
I
with
got pictures of
people
my grandma.
shaming
so-
her.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, but not that way.
Yeah.
Steph is right.
But this right
It's-
here, I really didn't think this much air would be pulled out of your sail. I really did not picture you getting
don't think
this
it-
emotional on it. But I'm glad you had heart and you stood up for this because it is a sad day in America when you can't walk around in the locker room
Naked.
naked.
Yeah,
Because
and
you think
somewhere
about-
that you think is you think that you're safe there.
Somewhere you think you're safe, like a church.
Yeah, grandma never thinks she's safe.
I mean, think about it. It's sad. It's really a sad
It
day
is.
when you now have to worry like that.
Because it makes you concerned about going to the bathroom
Not me.
because you don't know. I mean, I know of a place in Covington, very nice place. We used to go eat all the time, and then come to find out there was somebody that put cameras in the bathroom.
Oh, you better not take me there.
Oh no, you don't have to worry.
Yeah, but
about
see
it.
that, and again, that's where I was trying to be the person to say, unless they're putting the booty toilet cam in the private stall, then there's nothing illegal,
They
unfortunately.
should put a sign up saying this is like what do you call it? Watched by cam, security tapes, whatever you call it.
I mean, it's just the world that we live in now is the thing. It's just, there's
It's
now,
visible.
there's more cameras in this
Yeah.
world now.
Mhm.
I
I mean,
people had made cracks to me about be glad when I was a hood rat.
Mike,
it was then and not now,
I
because
got your shot. Don't worry about it.
now you can't even think about driving down the road and not be on some form of camera.
Because I want to know what's the difference between what was done here and someone putting a camera in a changing room where you go to change clothes.
Stop. Pause. Explain your changing room.
You know, like at Walmart where you go in, you close the door.
Okay,
behind,
stop for one
it has the
second.
mirror.
Stop for just a second. So at Walmart versus the old Kohl's, I can't remember who I used to go to. It was before Goodies took over. Anyways, there was this changing room where you go into the changing room. Sears at North Lake Mall has this. You go into the changing room and there's a walkway. So you walk into the men's changing room. So you're in the men's changing room, but then you walk down a hall in the men's changing room to go into your private changing room. Do you follow?
Mm-hmm.
Follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're walking down the hallway, it's not private changing room. When you go into your stall, it's a private. So Walmart, the bad thing about that example, and I'm not picking on you, but the difference is you notice now all the real changing rooms now are designed where there's one door that you go into and it is your private. Has anybody noticed in, say, the last 20 years, all the changing rooms are that way now?
Yeah.
So the difference is if you go into Walmart, you were in a private changing room. So yes, that would be illegal if there was a camera in there, just like your toilet is a private stall. See the difference? It's all in the wording. It's just all in that wording of what is considered private and what is not considered private. If you're in a public restroom and you're walking around where you're washing your hands and you look over to the third sink to the right and there's a dude standing there naked, well, that's not really a private restroom. That is a public restroom. It may be on private property, but still considered public. Does that make sense? And what I'm trying to point out at this point is not picking on Stephanie, but it's the mentality of realizing where we are now as a culture and what's considered, even though morally, Stephanie says that's wrong, but you have to now realize that the way the law looks at it is because there's so many people that's not doing the moral thing. You follow?
Yeah.
Don't think I'm picking on you, but you're thinking just like 98% of America is. You want a picture that, no, we don't do this, but these people do it.
People just don't think.
They don't.
And from a listener, guys with their pants hanging down are choosing to show everyone, but someone nude in a locker room is not going outside naked.
And nobody's debating that now, are they? Has anybody debated that? I've not debated that. So whoever that is wanting to argue, I'm not debating that.
She is like 70 years old, though. She might walk around naked every once in a while.
You know,
I'm only 51 and I do it.
It's just like a nudist colony. It's just like a nudist colony. Everybody there chooses to be naked. Well, if the nudist colony is next door to my house and I can see it in plain, and I can see it, right? But I can see it in plain sight. Nobody can get mad if I pop off a picture because it's in plain sight. The problem is this just happened to be a locker room, and there's no definition of what you should and shouldn't do, just like these stupid socks. Mike said, well, in NFL, you're required for shirt, you're required for pants, but your socks and shoes are not required, so somebody found a way around the law. That's what's happening here, is somebody's just finding a way around the law.
Now, hey, in Europe, I used to go naked all the time. Go to a swimming pool or a lake or something.
That's because you can. There's certain types you can. That's like public down the river. There's like a little part where you can sunbathe naked. No
Okay, for instance, California has a nude beach, right? How about this? Everybody that goes to PC knows you're driving down the road. There's the little sand dunes now, and then there's that little place where you park on one side of the sand dune. Then there's the little wood walkway that walks you to the beach. You with me, Steph? Okay. Look at me and smile. Don't let this irritate you so much. So think about the fact that what happens on that sandy beach is considered nude beach. But it's only after you step off that wooden deck, that walkway. So how about all the people that can drive up to this park? And I mean, it's not where you're just driving down the road seeing naked people, but you go down this little driveway to this little parking lot. This little parking lot is not a nude parking lot. You go across that walkway, it's not a nude walkway. But when you hit that sand, it's a nude beach. So what happens then? I mean, morally, should we do it? Should we stand out there and take pictures morally? I mean, we're not really breaking any laws now, are we? It's a public nude beach. Are we breaking a law? Morally, should we do it? But are we breaking a law? That's the sad part about where we are. Is people go, no, but you just shouldn't do that. Well, we all know the difference of right and wrong. People just don't do it anymore.
That's very true.
So, oh God, Travis sent me a picture and I might be scared to open it. Okay, never mind. Whew, that worried me for a second. Look, that just worried me for a quick second. It says Travis image, and I'm thinking, oh God, do I really want to open this picture? So look, I love all you guys. Smile. Boy, I didn't know this was gonna knock you in your knees so much, but it did what I needed it to do. Unfortunately, I really didn't know it was gonna knock you in your knees so much. But Mike was proving the point of how people act. That's why you shouldn't take him doing that so personal and you let it bother you so much. But he was proving the point of that's what people were laughing at. And it's sad. It's sad that a playmate, a person, I don't want to say all playmates are vain. People, y'all judge, however, but a person that works so hard to make themselves look so beautiful and the only thing she's really being counted for is what, Steph? Her tatas and her booty? Or her pretty blonde hair and how much makeup she can put on? She's not being looked at as a smart person that runs a company. She's being looked at as a naked woman. And it's sad that the woman, the sad thing is the woman that gets judged, you with me? The woman that probably gets judged 99% of her life based on her looks is now judging somebody based on their looks. Mm-hmm. Is that sad?
Yes.
That's sad.
You should never touch a book by its cover.
Any kind of shaming of someone is bad.
Mike.
Body shaming, fat shaming.
I redneck shamed the hell out of you. Are you telling me I'm wrong?
Different.
What if it's an ebook?
But you know the bad thing is we do this show every day picking on everybody. We do it every day, Steph.
Yeah,
this one just happened to touch you.
We pick on our government. You know.
It totally knocked us friggin' air out of the show, that's for sure. But it proved a huge point.
Huge.
So we're going to get out of here, you guys. We're at 10:04. Everybody have a great day.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye, y'all.
And yes, we do have a guest in the building. She will be here for the next 28 days of her.
Almost, no, not 28 days.
14.
Well, I'm just making a joke about your parole time. She lied. She lied to the prison, said she was going to her mother's funeral, jumps a friggin' plane. Wasn't there a movie called The Midnight Run that was like this?
Oh, yeah.
She left in the darkness of Germany time, outruns the SS to get here.
Was it dark?
Has a redneck minivan pick her up. To me, we're going to call, what is it, Harriet Tubman? We got the Underground Railroad working here.
That's why I ran when I got my luggage.
That's why you were running towards us?
So I got to play that song. Flock of Seagulls, I Ran will be the next song after sponsors. Hey, you guys, we love you guys. We'll see y'all later. We didn't mean to make the show get so serious. I had no idea. I knew what I was doing by twisting everybody's emotion. I had no idea it was going to get that emotional. What's great is I do have people that are chiming in, looking at it from the humanity part of it, but then there's like police officers that are listening that are typing in, talking about the legalities of it and how they have to stay neutral. So everybody think about it. It all comes down to judgment. All comes down to your judgment. So all you guys, y'all have a great day. We're going to get out of here. Hang out, hug some people, make some people feel good. I'm fixing to go give Stephanie a sloppy old kiss on her forehead. She thinks I won't, but Buddha has her trapped. And Stephanie, you're too short to climb up on this table, so Buddha is not going to let you escape. So everybody have a great day. I'm going to leave video on for just a few seconds so you can bear witness. We'll see y'all later.
Steph, hide, run, go.
No, then he'll pin me down under the table. I got the pin. He's looking for something.
He's looking for something.
Uh-oh.
He's looking for protection.
Yeah,
Close your laptop. Move your drink. I got a feeling.
I got a feeling.
Ready? Look at that pen. Bitch, you ain't fixing to jab me. This ain't prison.
No.
Pretty close. Squeak. It was squeaky.
That's the way you do it.
Squeaky.
What is it? But Steph, it's just
You
like
need-
pepperoni.
You say, I'm the one that has the weird bacon flavor on my lips.
Steph,
wrong
you
with
need
bacon
something to
flavor?
clean up your class.
All right, we love you guys. See y'all tomorrow.
That's what I'm
Woo.
looking for.
Hey, everybody wave and say bye.